The opinions expressed in the following podcast are for general informational purposes only and are not intended to provide specific advice or recommendations for any individual or on any specific security or investment product. It is only intended to provide education and entertainment about the financial industry and the stock market. Enjoy.
You find out life's this game of pennies.
Oh, you guys know we only have a 40% runner. Hello? 40% is a fucking killing.
We've been compliant for too long. It's time we go to war.
I don't have a Roth.
Q knows so much about the market that his brain doesn't have enough room for grammar.
Hey, who told me about IDEX? It's going up a shit ton now.
We're up 4%, baby. No way. 4 fucking percent.
You asked the exact same question with 2 words different.
It's like, man, I just got dick whipped for like 20%, and now that f***er's up like 50.
I bet Warren Buffett never did that.
I'm just making this voice memo to call out unusual whales to a fight.
The pennies we need are everywhere around us.
Pennies.
Going in raw.
Featuring Dan, Deity Dips,
And Hugh Henny.
Produced by Vinny.
And Christian.
Let's go, baby.
Let's start clapping. Let's everybody stand up because we got right now Dan, the deity of dips, and Hugh Henny.
On this episode of Pennies Going in Raw, sponsored by whoever the hell we're with tonight.
No one.
Thank you guys so much for coming out. Obviously, this first ever live FidTwin event ever. And I've been saying it for a while. This has potential to be like the next big thing. Stock Twitter is, in the not lamest way possible, the next biggest fucking thing in the world. So thank you guys so much for coming out. All right. So, all right. First up, I don't think you guys ever heard how Dan and I ever met. Yeah, it was a little. I guess this is something for the love story, eh? Yeah. Yeah, it was on Grindr, but like, it was those cute little legs, you know. Hey, look, only one of them's like smaller than the rest, so I get. There's like surgeries and shit. Like, I don't feel like we need to go into all that right now. All right, so anyways, first, I'm trading the stock. It's GHSI. All right, piece of shit. All right. I'm sitting there. I'm like waiting for this big product drop. It was my future. I got this. First off, I only had like 30,000 Twitter followers at the time, and like so nobody really cared about me. And I had an account at the time that was a Charles Barkley like fan account, and he's like, "Yo, man, like, what's your price target?" I'm like, "Dude, I don't have one." It's like every day, "What's your price target?" Like, dude, I was really concerned about like what is like, dude, what do I do? What do I do? And then finally, there's one message. He would never respond. Like, he'd always respond some, like, weird, you know, anecdotal way of, like, hey, you know, I'm looking for this. If this comes out, I'm like, dude, look, tell me when to sell it, man. And then there's this one message that he sends me one day, and I read it, like, 3 times, and was like, I'm going to kill myself if you don't fucking respond. Not really. I read it 3 times, and I sat there, and I said, there's no fucking way that someone just sent me this. Like, there's no way that someone... You remember what it was? I mean, like, I don't know if it's, like... My name is Dan. I have to, like, tell everyone, like, right now. My name is Dan. I'm not actually Charles Barkley. But, I mean, like, you know, a lot of people would have thought, like, you know, you see my body stature, you see Charles Barkley's... And he's very similar. He continues with, I fucking can't. He continues with, my greatest accomplishment is airballing at an Auburn halftime show. women's basketball. It was a fucking half. It was a half court shot. It's not like I was airballing I'm not like Ben Simmons at the shit, you know.
Okay, and then he continues with, and don't tell my mom, but I never graduated college. We had a graduation party though.
I bought a degree on eBay from University of West Florida. The only thing I'm really disappointed about is lying to her, and I'd just go like 2 hours and drive for a day. And I just
every day.
Yeah, and so I was like, you know what? I'm gonna get a job that sounds good, making $12 an hour.
And then,
but it was in an office. You know what I'm saying?
He follows it up with, and I got fired by that job.
Okay. But like prior to that, I was a really good guy there. I was learning to trade. I'm sure, you know, everyone's like, yo, Dan, how did you end up trading? By accident. So I was just there, and people are like, why did you get fired? Well, it's because they have an IT guy that can see what you do on your computer all day. And they were like, wow, this guy's just spending his whole day losing money on stocks. And after the day that the market halted down 3 days, or 3 times in one day, and I was thinking to myself, wow, is this fucking normal? Is this like we stop, like the Wall Street boys take lunch breaks every now and then, like we're eating Mott's apple snacks. So that was a tough day for me. I lost about like 30% of my portfolio, you know, something reasonable. And I was like, you know, maybe this isn't for me. This whole trading thing isn't for me. I'm sure everyone in here has had that before. Then I got fired the next week. And yeah, so there goes that income. It wasn't, like I said, $12 an hour. It wasn't much to begin with. So I put my money back in. I was like, okay, let's try trading again. Thank fucking God it was the bottom of the market has ever seen. Now a year later, look at us, bitch. Woo!
All right. So that's how we met. And then we started meeting like people that actually made like real money. Like first time that we ever met Zach, he bought a $5,000 coffee maker. The motherfucker doesn't drink coffee.
Yeah, one time he was like, hey, this is a $4,000 knife set. I was like, how you even, like, I've never been to Bed Bath & Beyond and been like, this is a goal. Find this knife cutter set. I was like, how do you find this shit? He goes, oh, yeah, I just search it from price, most expensive to least expensive. Yeah, isn't that fucked up? You're wondering how you're living? He's separating his prices expensive to least. Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
So we met Zach, and that was really when I think like the potential just fucking went nuts. I mean, when we realized that you can make a $5,000, like at the time I was so happy with like 50 grand. I was like, fuck, if I can make 50 grand a year.
Tell douchebag.
Yeah, from like my parents' bedroom. Like, whoa.
50 grand. Man.
That would be sick. And then I was like meeting Zach, and it was like, dude, what? Like I make $5 grand a day with my eyes closed. Like, what are you, a bitch? And I was like, oh yeah.
Like the thing is, like people are always with us, and they're always like, yo, how does Zach? I would love to. The amount of money, like you know, the thing that's like, would you rather have $500,000 or a dinner with Jay-Z? And people are like, yo, I'd rather have a dinner with Zack Morris. Listen to this shit. We stayed at his place, and he woke up one morning, and me and Mitch were already hanging out, and he goes, oh, what's Wish at today? My phone's dead. So if you're wondering what he trades like, it's very nonchalant and relaxed. So I guess if you want to meet him right now, who wants to meet Zach? I don't know if they're listening, but
like him more. This is our podcast.
He's so hot. Oh, sorry, is my mic on? My bad. But no, I mean, like, this guy is like how it all started. I mean, like, whenever you talk about FinTwit, it's fucking Zach. So, I mean, like, obviously,
Dude,
not here without him.
I have 200,000 Twitter followers. Zach releases his face, and I have 10 people from high school like, dude, this guy looks like you that Zack Morris is with. Like, do you know who this guy is? I'm like, are you fucking serious? I'm like, that is me. And they're like, no. Like, I'm like,
If I tweeted out, everyone that follows me follows Zack Morris, everyone that follows me would be like, Dan, that's the only reason we follow you in the first place.
Next. You want to do PJ?
Oh, we're bringing out PJ too?
Yeah.
The whole Alice gang?
Yeah, I think we have to. You guys want to hear PJ? All right, let's go, Peach.
We do want some questions for Alice whenever it comes to either Zach or PJ. Y'all.
Yeah, baby.
Wow. The guy that started it all, huh? So, I mean, one of them made it all on Twitter. One of them made it on Discord. How did it come together? I would love to know that. I feel like...
How did what come together?
Atlas.
Fucking Atlas, dude. What the reason there's 87 dudes in this room.
Well, I mean, you guys pretty much know the story. Yeah, so...
These
me
dudes look good.
Yeah.
Yeah, hey, every dude in here is looking fucking hot, man.
Yeah, every dude's looking really good, guys. Congratulations on looking
we
good.
didn't call it handsome executives for no reason.
Handsome executive.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The light green tag. I haven't got that yet.
Yeah, but me and down there, we decided to do our own thing one day. And he's like, just fucking start a Discord, let's do this. And I was like, all
Were
right.
y'all on some other whack Discord prior?
I mean, we just wanted to go our own way more than
So
anything.
you're in a whack
it's
Discord prior?
Yeah, we just wanted to avoid paid rooms.
Yeah, I didn't want paid rooms. There was a ton of them. I felt like when I first started, there's so many of them, and I felt like they were taking advantage of me and just like trying to just get me to buy their shit all the time.
I think the biggest thing was the barrier to entry, right? Like, that's why you guys started Atlas, because you didn't want the paid rooms.
Right.
Correct.
100%.
Yeah. And so it was you guys that started it in Mullins?
Yeah.
Yeah. So was this just like an overnight thing? You guys just started the room?
There was like 5 of us, and then 2 left pretty early when we still had like 2,000 members or something, right? And then after that, we just kept fucking going. And then Mitch joined one day, Hugh Henney.
Yeah, baby.
And kept it going.
I was like 18.
Yeah, I mean, the thing
Yeah.
is like this guy started, and there's all these like things that become like minor events that are actually major events. You see, like everyone's Twitter following or Discord members or whatever went up 30%, along with their portfolios whenever the whole AMC thing happened.
Yeah.
And the thing is, like, the people spearheading the whole movement as a whole, like, they're the ones that initiated AMC in the first place. Like, it's genuinely insane whenever you think about, like, all these people, like, coming together. And that's what I think is cool about, like, the GameStop AMC shit. It's just because, like,
Yeah.
it's
It
us
changed the
against
game.
the big motherfuckers.
Yeah. There's a lot the last couple of years that have just straight changed the game. And that's
Yeah, and there's so many more retail traders in it now.
Yeah. Because
and
when I started, I thought you had to be rich to fucking make money trading.
yeah, I mean,
You know what
and both of
Like,
you guys went down to what, triple
$800
digits? If you don't mind, Mr. Zack Morris, take the floor. But you went down to $800.
Yeah, I sure did. And but no, I laugh when I see all these people that are like, oh, but last year was a different market. Okay, yeah, it sure was. And how many more people do we have now trading compared to last year? Like,
there's a ton more volume.
It's this, it's an addiction, and it's just learning. the right way to treat this addiction.
What do you think is the right way to chase your dragon?
Discipline.
Discipline?
Yeah. You really have to, honestly, anybody here could be one of us, or you could be one of you, whoever.
All right,
you
fuck
wanna
it.
be,
We got to bring the rest of the guys out too.
I was just about to say something about discipline. And it's like one thing you got to be disciplined for is making some hardcore EDM music. Can we get a round of applause for Breathe Carolina?
You get so jealous.
Dave and Tommy.
Yeah, come on, Dave and Tommy. Come on, baby.
His learning process has been super inspirational for me. I hope it has been for all of you as well.
Yeah,
like
he's been trading out of his car.
Yeah, it's insane. Yeah. It's actually crazy.
Dude sleeps in his car. He wakes up in the back of a $190,000 car and trades stocks.
It's a sob story.
And expects us to feel bad for him.
He uses the screens in the back of the fucking truck.
You guys couldn't get bigger mic stands? What are these things?
I know, dude.
He reprogrammed his CarPlay.
Yeah.
To where it's just like
it's a scanner now.
This is a scanner. But no, I mean, like, I think one of the most interesting things is like, obviously, you had a little delay. And what the fuck you did? Like, you can't be performing because there's some epidemic or whatever.
Like when you have sex.
Yeah, exactly. I have a little delay.
No sex because of the pandemic, and no performing also because of the pandemic.
So pretty much, I couldn't tour anymore because of the pandemic, so I had to find something else to do.
Not because like no one cared about your music.
No, people still cared. Luckily, not as many people, but people
And he
cared.
couldn't perform. Period.
Yeah, in any aspect of life.
Only getting started. I won't black out.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Their song.
I know, but that's Dave singing.
Yeah.
I don't think Tommy was even there.
I wasn't there at the time.
Yeah. So that's Dave.
Damn, you guys just brought me up here to shit on me. This sucks.
I didn't mean for all this to happen, man.
Dude, I will say Tommy is one of the fastest growing traders I've ever seen.
Dude,
he came up.
Hey, for someone that couldn't fucking make it out of high school,
like, dude,
he's the fastest learner I've ever met.
Yeah.
For me, it took fucking years. For Eddie, it took years, and now
like my mom scared of him.
We're making shit too easy. We gotta start.
We changed the game.
We gotta start front loading because we're making shit too easy.
Yeah.
Too many people are making money, and I'm not liking this.
Wait, well, okay. Before we get to Tommy, I guess. I mean, you've been talking about, dude. Wish. I mean, fuck it. You want?
Nothing. Wish is gonna do what Wish is gonna do.
Yeah.
What's he gotta do?
The same thing they all do, dude.
Yeah, they all go to the moon.
That is true.
Did I not say BBIG was gonna attend?
Yeah, baby.
Right.
Hey, who made some money off BBIG this week?
Hey, even AHT, right? I said $10. We went to 794, whatever.
It was a 200% run.
If you know how to play the game, you know how to play the game.
Yeah.
Scale the fuck out.
No, but not even like. As the stock goes up and we're going towards the target, just set stop losses. Yeah, sure, you might miss the big run, but you're protecting your profits and whatever.
Like Mitch used to say.
There's always other plays, but CI will probably see 5 to 10, maybe even 20, the highest. Okay, love you, bye.
Yeah.
No, dude.
No, I think just going back to Tommy though. Yeah, sorry. We brought him up, distracted.
Don't we have more assholes to call out?
Anyways, no, but for real, Tom, I feel like for a lot of people that have just started, Tommy is like the ideal guy to learn from. I mean, like he's telling me trades, and I'm like, I don't even feel comfortable with that. Yeah. He's trading shit I don't feel comfortable with, and he's making way more than me.
But that's because you're playing fucking Fortnite.
Yeah.
Yeah, damn.
Nah, but talking about discipline, because when you first
I'm asking Tommy a fucking question, and I get bullied about playing a first-person shooter.
Yeah, when you first started trading, I mean, you had that discipline inside your trading, but not necessarily inside the same aspect as now.
No, not even close. Yeah.
Because now you were in what? What is that city? Tijuana.
Yeah, I was just in Tijuana. Yeah.
Tijuana.
Yeah.
Tijuana. You were just in Tijuana.
Oh, that's what the donkey.
What?
No, we're not gonna make Mitch do a spelling test. We all know how that goes. We've done it one episode. It's like, you know.
I fucking aced it. Dude, but so what I'm saying is that with your discipline now, how has it changed? Because effectively you've gone back to work.
Yeah. Well, to me, it's like, so we tour on the weekend, so it's perfect for me because I can trade Monday through Friday. You know, worst case scenario, I miss a Friday or something like that. But yeah, it's just been, I love it as much as being a touring musician, so I give it just as much time, you know, if not more time, just because it's newer to me and it's something I really enjoy.
How, like, you are the chart guy now.
I guess.
Like, but how did you learn? Like, so many people want to learn charts, but at the same time, you're not all charts. Because, like Zach says, if charts were all that mattered,
every chartist would be a billionaire.
All the chart guys would be a billionaire.
No, for me, I use the chart to like feel out the stock. Like I look at the price action in the candles. I look at the personality of it. I'm not there all day like drawing flags and drawing a breakout. That's not my thing. I look at charts to see the personality and to see what it could do and where the range is and what the candlesticks are doing. To me, that's how I use charts.
Right. You lose all your money if you're doing that.
Yeah, exactly. I don't do it that other way.
Do you ever look for news?
Yeah. I look for news every single morning.
So whenever you look for news, is it with Vérdé trade?
Oh, shit.
Vérdé trade's in here.
Yo, Vérdé.
Face reveal.
Oh, shit.
This is the guy that posts all the news the second it comes out. I swear to God, I thought he was like an algorithm prior to meeting him.
Made his whole brand off just copy pasting faster than all of us. That's the whole thing.
I expected to be like a Tesla Model 3, and then I get this hunk right here. So one of the craziest things about him to me, it was like in April. It was a super slow month for me. And I saw his account and he 10x'd it.
April was
10. It was a random fucking month, man. Don't talk shit.
Just saying.
Look, there was one month that was slow recently. You 10x your account in it. I mean, it puts you on the spot like that, but how the fuck did you manage that?
I guess the long story short there was finding the process that worked for me and figuring out,
Cliche.
Remember, okay.
I'll find a strategy that
for you
works
guys.
for
No,
me.
yeah. Well, the problem is trading is so vague. You know.
Remember also.
There's no clear answer.
Vérdé's also a lawyer, so he's like,
no, he quit his job, dude. He's
still a fucking lawyer.
Nobody can read a.
You don't lose your.
He's not a lawyer. He just passed the bar exam.
So he's a lawyer.
Which is fucking hard to do. That's not easy. Yeah.
So once, and this applies for everybody,
Speaking to the mic.
Once you have a process that works for you and you're able to scale up appropriately, scale in larger position sizes, that's where you can make, significant impacts on your account, whether that be 10x from 10,000 or 1,000 or 100,000. Knowing when to scale in is probably one of the most crucial parts of learning how to trade.
Oh, wow. We never knew that. Wow. Thank you so much.
I guess one thing that'd be a good like little thing for people that
trading. That's how.
Hey, all right. Hey, he's new here. Y'all give him a break. Yeah. But
how do you get news so fast, though? Everybody wants to know.
Do you have any family in the news?
I literally use my trading platform, scans, a few key Twitter accounts, and then I'll share.
Bloomberg, Michael Bloomberg. Yeah.
What kind of hair product do you use? It's really
That's after this event, if you don't mind. And an RSS reader for SEC filings. Other than that, speed to news is obviously important, but it's also how you play that news.
Right.
Not all news is an instant buy.
Yeah, you will lose that way.
So I know, like
market reaction.
There's a big thing in the difference between news and noise. What I know, we asked you on the podcast recently the difference between news and noise, but your mic was so shit. Who listened to
bring
that
this
episode?
home.
Anyone listen to the episode of Vérdé? Did anyone hear a damn word he said?
That was like 4 people.
Exactly.
4
Yeah,
people
7
listened
of
to
them.
it. Yeah, that was like 4
But
people.
yeah, no, I mean, like, what? How do you like differentiate that whenever it just comes up? It's so fast.
Read.
Hey, I can't do that. I'm from Alabama, dude. I got all my teeth. I sacrificed my reading ability.
So someone was just speaking about the personality of stocks. I'd say certain headlines, once you kind of get your reps in, your screen time in, you kind of have a typical reaction to some. In case you haven't noticed, there's not that many novel news headlines out there. There's only so many FDA breakthrough designations that come out on a freaking pharmaceutical ticker, and you kind of start learning more often than you're playing odds. More often than not, that's something that if that headline comes out, just to use that as an example, pre-market, that's going to gap up pretty well, and more often than not, kind of fade off all day for the rest of the day. So if you're a short bias trader, there's plenty to be made there. If you're a long trader and you're quick to it, also plenty to be made there, or plenty to be made if the trend reverses and shorts get stuck on that fade. But the same way that stocks have personalities, there's headlines that have more typical reactions, or more often than not than others.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of personalities, there's 2 real hot boy summer personalities from the Momo room. I used to pump it up all the time. Trogdor and, respectfully, BearFuker.
Respectfully.
These guys are literally in Atlas voice, like trading all day.
Do your wives get jealous?
There's a sense of like,
I don't have a wife, so I'm single.
you can hold a kid's hand.
But where's BearFucker's
But
wife?
then there's also
do you ever get jealous? Like, who are you talking to all the time? Or she gets jealous.
Yeah.
as long as the Amazon purchases get sent to the door. Love you too, sweetheart. But no, I mean, like, you guys are in there all the time. I had something. I was going somewhere with this earlier. And then you guys started talking to your wife, man. Yeah. But yeah, man, I mean, you guys are in there all the time. Like, what do you guys do differently that is like, because there's a difference in, or Zach will hold people's hands as they trade. But you guys, like, have the child's leash on them. Like, where you walk them on the leash. You take them step by step.
Yeah, we do a lot of hand-holding and Momo chat and talking through our plays a lot.
Yeah, speaking of the mic, bro.
Yeah, a lot of our stuff is talking through our plays and talking about price levels and breakout areas.
So whenever you're doing this, like, in the Momo room and everything, and it's only so many people, because you see the price affected by, like, bigger rooms or bigger names calling in. But you guys, like, have a certain amount where it's, people are learning, people are taking the trades and everything, but, like, how do you call those trades? Like, why are you confident on them? Why do people keep coming back to that room?
I think where our accuracy is pretty on, especially for breakout plays. And I think a lot of people like that instant gratification, and that's
breakout plays are scary for me, man.
I know.
Yeah, I lose everyone.
So for someone that's listening, like, for a breakout play, like, that's sketchy for a lot of people. Like, you see it at the chart, it's at the high, or like, even if it's dipped, it's double bottomed at the top of a chart, you still are, it still looks a little high. Like, how do you guys, like, navigate that? How do you cut your losses?
Well, for me, I always look for supply and demand areas to break. Break of a supply area is always a good bullish signal. And then typically after that, we'll look at past chart resistance areas and look for that next target area. Typically, when you see that little bit of volume desert, we call it, where there's little volume above a breakout or a supply area, it moves the price can move rapidly through that area to the next level. So that's basically our bread and butter in Atlas, or in Momo Chat. We also do dip buys, and I think Trog's probably better at that, but between the two of us, between me doing breakouts and him doing the dip buys, is where I think our success really comes.
Who's more like, who wins more? Is it the dip buys or the breakout buys?
Dip buys.
I don't know.
We know it's the dip.
Oh,
I mean,
shit.
That depends.
What's my handle again?
My fucking
Sorry,
license
it
plate
depends
says
on
dip buy.
When it comes to breakouts, we're looking for triple top, cup and handle, ascending triangle kind of shit. And like when we're taking a trade and we're trying to go long on it, and when I say long, a lot of people are like, oh, I'm swing trading it, and they'll hold it for like 2-3 months. And we look at it and we say, I'm looking for an intraday swing. You know what I mean? So when something sets up and it breaks out early morning and it drops back down into like a mid candle dip,
The morning flush?
Yeah, you can say call it morning flush. Yeah, a good morning flush, and it drops down to like a 50% fib retracement. We start scaling in, and it comes back up again. And what we're really looking for is a higher low, on if you're buying dips. And everybody knows what a higher low is, but it's so simple, but it's very difficult because a lot of people jump in on a higher low and then boom, it fails, right? And you got a stop loss that's like, your previous low. It's just that simple. And a lot of people try to overcomplicate things. And to me, it's more of a, if it drops below it, get out. Like there's another play, and you might have to wait 2 hours. But
Why you always gotta make things so complicated?
Yeah, don't make it complicated. So that's kind of the whole thing behind it. And we preach the 90-120 and 3.755s.
Go ahead, touch on
and
that.
the 6.9s.
3.69 to unlock the universe with 3.69, baby. Let's go. But yeah, 3.755, 90-120s. Bear, he taught me everything I know. But yeah, I mean, we go on 3.755. Bear kind of expand a little bit more on that. It basically goes down to fib levels. So
go ahead, Bear. Touch on that.
We need to explain.
A lot of our stuff is based off of like math, like Fibonacci and the golden ratio and kind of that.
Dude, no, I have never heard
Exactly. No one knows what the fuck you're talking about, big dog.
The ratio is everywhere.
The Fibonacci sequence.
Yeah, so some mathematicians long ago figured out that a lot of different things in nature are based off the same ratios, and that basically forms into everything in nature, like your DNA, number of bones you have in your body, how
Damn, dude, you getting like weird over there or what?
Seriously, like all them numbers basically relate to a lot of different things as far as like psychology and.
Sorry, we're planning a pump.
Yeah. And it's basically a breakout area. Once that 90% hits, it moves right to 100, and then typically we start seeing shorts covering, and then it'll move another 20%. And
squeeze them bitches.
It's a squeeze play right.
That's what the fuck I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So we do have one more person. It's actually the.
Man's out. Lean back.
Oh yeah, where the fuck's man?
Oh no, laid back, pushed out.
And we're still waiting.
No, laid back got hurt.
Okay, actually not Manziel. We got the person sponsoring the after party. We have a website coming right now. Trend Spider.
Yeah, so have you ever heard of Fibonacci, whatever Bear
Golden
said?
ratio.
Something fibs.
I wasn't listening. What was it?
The golden ratio.
Yeah, so actually, Transpire does have automated fibs, which has like the golden ratio in it. But I personally don't use fibs unless they're extensions.
Facts.
So like,
What's the difference between an extension and is that just like based on like let's call it like the last like 3 months or whatever you set it to? Is that or like what's an extension?
So yeah, so an extension is like, so let's say that you're looking at NVIDIA and you look, everyone says look to the left, right? Look to the left and see where are the pivots. But if you're at all-time highs, you don't have those types of levels to watch. It's simply just kind of free sky above. So extensions allow you to get an idea of where a lot of other people are looking. So like, for example, if you're looking at the 1.618 extension of a measured move, you're probably not the only one looking at it, and it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy a lot of the time. So inside fibs, I personally would rather just use pivots within that measured move. But there is like a golden ratio like area on the auto fibs on Trend Spider, but it's not something I personally use.
I like those
Okay.
raindrop.
I got a little question.
Those are the shit.
This may be like a I'm laying in my bed high at night question.
You look great when you smile.
Which is
Would the like cup and handle patterns and shit that everyone knows, like, okay, if it's a cup and handle, it's bullish. Would those still be bullish if no one knew the cup and handle was bullish?
Yeah, because patterns exist in everything. You can take a trend of anything in your life, like your mood, and put it on a chart, and you'll see a fucking pattern. You'll see wedges. You'll see
It's called a mood ring, PJ.
Yeah.
And what if I have a great day? What
in
if I have a great day the next day?
Yeah. You'll probably have a wonderful day.
Yeah, and then my mood changes on the chart.
Exactly.
But
and then you buy the good.
Don't compare real life feelings with stocks, PJ. Thank you.
No. Well, I mean, everything can be charted, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, not these feelings.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. That's a good question.
His is just parabolic, just straight up.
Yeah.
Hey, so one thing I feel like, because we got a bunch of good traders up here.
Yeah, I think it's really important because how many of you guys are within your first 2 years of trading? Oh, shit.
Holy.
Oh, my.
Shit,
Damn,
I do
all right.
love that,
listening
though.
to
I mean,
me.
that's awesome.
Damn, that's awesome. All right, cool.
Fucking
So,
Tommy, too.
yeah. I mean, for me, it's like the biggest thing for me was always that I wish that like I just understood that nobody's born a great trader. Like if I had just known that in the beginning, I would have stopped like bitching so much when I was like, oh, fuck this red trade, you know?
Yeah, we were just talking about $500,000 of dinner with Jay-Z. Here's your dinner with Zach right now.
Since we have goats up here, what do you guys think? We'll just go down the line. What do you guys think?
One liner of one thing you wish you knew when you started
trading.
If you want, I can start and we can roll that way so they can think about it. We just really spawn that on them.
Yeah.
All right.
No wind.
You're
outside. Bro, there's no wind.
If it's worth a screenshot, just fucking sell it, man. If you're fucking taking a screenshot of it and you're sending it to your friends.
At least some, like a chunk.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
God, take the fucking money.
Yeah. I mean, I already talked about it, but I mean, I think the biggest thing for me is just that, you know, nobody's born a great trader. Like, I try and harp on that because, like, Michael Jordan was born massive. Okay. Like a massive human being. Okay?
Mitch knows nothing about sports. I don't know if Michael Jordan was born. Like, he's only 6'6". It's not like he was born like a gigantic man.
I mean, that's like... My point is that I think that that's just the plain most important thing. You know, like, I think it's one of those things where if I just, like, put my head down, I could have been profitable 2 years earlier than what I was.
And hey, after...
What do you think?
You know, so everything's a butterfly effect. So, you know, put in the time, you know, believe in yourself and stick with it. If you fall down, get back up.
I believe.
And you'll do it again. Now, you will, if you want it, you'll get it. 100%. You are the only person in your way. You really are. Like, you're the idiot standing in the way. Don't be that idiot. Just believe in yourself, and even if you like, I didn't know any of this shit, and you know, here we are. So just believe in yourself, keep going, and fuck it.
Nice.
Yes.
Go ahead.
How am I supposed to follow up believe in yourself and fuck it, dude? No, dude, honestly, it's all about, you hear us all say it, it's all about screen time. It's all about the time you put in at your computer, watching shit, watching personalities. No indicator, no scanner, no call on Twitter. None of that shit matters. It's literally all about you learning your personality versus the market. That's it. And once you've done that, you will conquer all this shit. That's really all it is. That's what I wish I knew.
Mr. Manziel, everybody. It's the guy that's front loading all your options.
It's so easy.
All right, little Momo team, what's y'all's advice? I mean, they've got to have some good ones for the Momo teams.
Yeah, just my personal advice or opinion or whatever it is. You know, I zoomed out more, right? And, you know, if you're looking left and there's like a whole bunch of like candlesticks that are like this, I'd rather I'd rather drive on a highway than, you know, drive through the city. So if there's a whole bunch of candlesticks,
The fuck does that mean, dude?
I don't know, but it's beautiful.
Trust
I
me
love
on it. Trust me on it. If you look left and you see a big red candle, I'd rather take a trade that's about to, like, you know, hit that breakout at a certain level, and you'll see it. You know, and normally it's like within 2 cents of a level.
How do you learn those levels?
You just zoom out. You zoom out. Like, you look at the weeklies and monthlies, and everybody's looking at like an hourly. Like,
So it's all personalities of them.
It's absolutely a personality. You know, like a lot of people don't have patience for, you know, to wait for like a big breakout because they don't happen all the time. You know, but when you're in Momo, you know, and something's about to hit a specific peak and it's broken over it a couple times, and then you look left and there's just a big red candle left, and the next, if you're at 5 and the next level is at like 8, you know, it's a risk reward thing. You know, we're looking at 5 1s.
That's what you wish you knew when you first started.
That's what I wish I knew when I first started, is zoom out and look at a bigger game. That's it. Yeah, that's it.
Dude, I was like just hoping to like buy and sell, but
We had believe in yourself and fuck it. And then this guy comes in with just the craziest one.
all right, come on, Bear. What you got?
I think my
Wait. What year did you start?
it would have been probably 2012, probably.
Okay.
Day trading.
Okay.
Investing, I was probably right around 04.
Yeah, you're old as hell.
04. Yeah.
Did
Not
you
quite older than hell, but
Did you start
You're
in
old as
finance?
shit.
Bear, did you start in finance?
no.
Because I don't even know.
I push nails into wood.
I mean,
He used to fuck bears.
for a dude.
He used to fuck bears.
Yeah, for someone his age, like to have the name BearFuker, you know it's like serious. He wasn't
No, we
making that
saw
shit
him.
as
He's
like an
oh my
edgy
god, this
name.
guy's fucking bears. Hey, how would you like the stock market?
That's like a hobby of his. All right.
The thing I'd say for new traders most is probably do the add when you're sad. You know, really learn that emotions need to be taken in out of everything. And when you feel your worst about a play that you're in, really there's where you should think about maybe adding. Add when you're sad.
And to add on top of that, not only add when sad, I like to add when other people are sad. So I don't have to get sad in the first place. Fuck Zack Morris.
Fuck Zack Morris. Yeah.
All right, go ahead.
I love it.
All right, Mr. PJ
What-
Matlock.
What's the question?
You aren't fucking listening?
Nah.
It was
What do I wish I told myself in the beginning?
No, what is one thing that you wish you knew when you first started?
sorry for cussing Hugh Henny's mom. I apologize.
Well, for one, not to listen to other people. Listen to yourself. Because you're going to be right more times than wrong if you listen to yourself. If you're following other people and that's all you listen to, you're going to lose more times than not. And when you start out, like obviously you all probably have learned, you're going to lose nonstop. Like you might get some gains and you're just going to keep losing. You just have to fucking keep going. That's why I always say don't fucking quit, because that's what the fuck you got to do.
Nice.
Yeah. But it's so discouraging, you know, like they were saying, it's you versus you. So it's really hard. This is the hardest thing I've ever done in my life, by far. So
You got stabbed by your ex-girlfriend though, didn't you?
that's true. That is true. In the leg.
We'll talk about that tomorrow.
We'll talk about that later.
Yeah.
After party talk.
All right, Vérdé.
So
No, sorry, bro.
no, that's no, I'm good.
All right.
Go ahead, Vérdé.
He's like, fuck you.
I would probably absolutely mirror what you just said about trusting yourself and your conviction and your gut, because I can't even begin to count the amount of times that I've lost out on I've either lost money on the trade or lost out on left a ton of money on the table because I've listened to others and exited when I should not have, where my conviction and my gut was right.
I always yell at you and call you a little bitch.
As recently as 1 week ago, and I will show the text message. Swear to God, I admittedly sold BBIG with lot of shares before the run, and I told him this, and he called me a little bitch.
Boo this man.
Bitch.
Fucking traitor.
All right, so
You bitch ass hoe.
It's okay. It happens. I learned a lot from
JK,
it,
you're my
and,
friend.
and that's part of the reason why I'm echoing PJ's sentiment about trusting your conviction and your gut and the reason for the trade, even if you were early. Anyway, other than that, the probably the next best thing is to for the trades that go in your favor and that go to plan that you win on, probably do your best to leave a little bit more on the table and let, enjoy the ride up. As beginners, we tend to be very, oh my God, whoever said about if it's a good enough gain to screenshot it and send it to your friends,
Take the money.
realize that profit real quick. Well, that's fine, but if it went to plan, leave some out there and enjoy, the ride up. Raise your risk. And
Free shares are the best thing in the world.
Follow your heart.
If you
Follow
take
your
someone
heart.
else, if you
By
take someone
free
else's
shares, I mean like if something goes up 100% and you sell half of it,
yeah, you sell your
them
cost,
hoes are free.
Yeah.
you sell your cost basis effectively, and you have free shares to ride the way up. If it goes to zero, you made.
Unless it's my call. If it's my call, we're going 500%. Don't. I'm not.
But if we don't, it's not your fault.
I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah. But if it doesn't, it's like, what are you doing?
Learn to fucking trade. You know what I'm saying?
I know what
We
you're doing.
got
But
one more
guys,
person.
if I
to-
call something, we're going like 300, 500%. If these guys call something, you're probably going like 2%.
600%.
and if we
You might
interview
go
the
10%.
and if we interview the
Give
CEO,
us 10.
Oh yeah.
Short it.
Oh no. From now on, like we'll get our own short account, and from now on, if we see like the CEO go on there, we're like, all right, guys, we're just gonna switch.
every
short, fuck
every
this fucking
CEO PGIR has interviewed, the stock has gone down
guy.
over 50%.
We're not. Yeah.
And in the
Wish
course of a
CEO will
month,
never be on there.
ALZ
CI,
ALZN
Elon Musk
went
could
well
be.
after it dipped 50%.
We need to put Elon Musk on there so that we can all get put.
Yeah, we can all get great
Yeah,
Tesla
we're like Elon
options.
Musk. Come on.
Okay, so we do have one more, and then our very last segment is gonna be options with fucking our hunk. Please subscribe to his Patreon.
Go ahead, Jay.
Trent Spider.
What would I?
He's like, wait a minute.
All right,
Where
Trent
am I?
Spider, everybody. Woo!
I wish I knew how I would react to a drawdown or profit, because you can ask yourself, I would, I can be down 5% and sleep at night. Some people can't. Some people don't even, can't even handle a 2% drawdown on their account. And so I think knowing how you're going to react to the position you're in will kind of save yourself. So kind of to touch on what everybody else said, you definitely have to know your emotions, but you also have to know how are you going to act when something happens. If you're up 10%, are you going to call all your friends and say, hey, I'm up 10%? And literally by the time you're done calling your last friend, you're back to break even. Are you going to get irrational? Are you going to panic?
Oh shit, Gary just walked in.
Hey.
Could you have been more dramatic, motherfucker? Jesus Christ.
We have
Just
not
out of the
introduced
shadows.
Gary yet. Y'all stop undermining Manziel because we still have options.
Welcome, Larry.
Like Batman out of the shadows. He just.
Yeah, he came out of fucking nowhere. I've been
Okay. Well, before we get into Man's Gary, we just went through one thing you wish you knew before you started trading. You're fucking old hunk Gary talking to young acne Gary. What do you got to tell him, bro?
All right. Sorry, I'm out of breath. I ran down here. That flight delay got me like 5 hours. So anyway, what I wish I knew, just be patient, guys. Like, it'll all come. You don't have to make your millions overnight or even in a month. So I wish I would have.
He sounds just like he does in the YouTube video. Hey guys, so
yeah, I'm from Nashville. I live in Nashville.
So I hope you guys love to come because I sure do.
Yeah, I mean, I live in Nashville. I mean, like the country
got by
capital of
the
the world.
dip, all right?
I'm from Nashville, and guys, if you won't
Gary didn't
do,
know
you
what
got
he
to
was
get a
walking
lot of
into.
friends. By the way, he's been doing this the whole time. It's not just you, man.
God, I'm late.
You did not know what you were
Yeah, but
walking
anyway,
into.
it's good to see everyone. Besides
Yeah.
everybody. Well, but Tommy's cool. Yeah.
Thank you. I love my steak extra cooked.
Oh my God! Fucking
Charcoal.
Listen, everybody that doesn't get well
Country
done is just a
road,
vampire.
take me
A straight
home.
vampire.
But,
All right.
But yeah, so I guess obviously welcome Gary's talk about well done steaks and shit. You know, that's just him. But we do have the options guy, Mr. Manzel. So please give a round of applause for him. And I've never seen someone do it like him to a point where it's like he treats all these stocks like they're like, oh, hey, now we have volatile penny stocks for every single stock in the market. And he's a menace when it comes to it. And even the ones you swing, they either go to 0 or 800%. So,
what's going on, guys? Happy to be here. Thank you guys for all coming out for sure. So I look, I'm a moderator, you know.
But no, I feel like the thing is, like when it comes down to it, you play all these just call options. You hardly play. You play puts every now and then, but when it comes down to it, you play these. You have the certain ones. You play the same LCID, which was CCIV. Play the same ones. You play the sympathies. You see EVs, right? Like how do you do them all to where you're able to just perfect it to a point where you have all these people following you?
Yeah, so I think that Dan made a good point, which is, you know, I play the same stocks over and over again, which is definitely the truth. At the beginning of each day, I don't look for, you know, a stock that I've never traded before. Whether you're trading options or commons, I think it's a major advantage to trade stocks that you have traded before because you understand the personality of those stocks. You understand how they act at certain levels on the chart, how they act on VWAP, right? Like how they react to news or sympathies. So I think that when you trade stocks that you do have a, you know, previous or prior experience with, right? You have a familiarity. So you already have an edge on that trade. So I think it's a major advantage to understand, you know, where do I have a, you know, key advantage on this trade. And if it's a stock that you play normally, you're just a lot, you know, you have a much better chance of being profitable on that trade. So I think that's it's a big one for me.
So you have some sectors. You have the EV. You have the weed. Dope addicts. Yeah, EV, weed. Like, what are they all? And like, how do you you see one running? How do you follow?
Yeah, absolutely. So I think you have to pay attention, especially in options. You want to make sure that the underlying stock has really good volume, right? So you want to pay attention to sectors that have a lot of momentum behind them, right? So when Biden got elected, obviously, if you were part of that November market last year, you understood that, you know, the marijuana plays, the electric vehicle plays, right? All these sectors had different runs. So it's very important to understand which sectors receive volume and what kind of news. And I like to focus on the sectors that are relevant currently. So, you know, marijuana, EVs, 3D printing, right? They all have certain sector leaders, and understanding which stocks are going to lead those smaller names is very important, because if you see, you know, like Tilray running, then you know that ACB or SNDL is going to follow, right? So it's a little bit easier. I am never the guy that's going to chase the main mover, right? So if I see something up 30% on the day, I'm not going to go and chase calls on that name. What I'm going to do is I'm going to look for the name that I know is going to receive volume off of that and try to place myself in a position to be in there early, which makes the whole trade a lot less stressful. And I think that goes back to kind of what Bear and a lot of these other guys talked about, which is having a plan, right? If you go into a trade blind and you're just guessing and you're like, oh, somebody else thinks this is going to run, right? This goes back to having a plan and finding your own plays, because, you know, there's an element to being there early, makes the entire trade a lot less stressful, makes scaling out a lot less stressful. And, you know, like Vérdé mentioned, you can hold for the move because you're in early, so you're not stressed about chasing. So I think that's a really important factor when you're deciding to take a trade is, you know, do you know why it's running and do you have a plan going into
I think another good thing to like kind of go into about options is because you see so many people literally blow their whole account up on options. Who's seen your dumbass friend go like all in on an option and blow it all up because they were gonna be the next millionaire? No one? Okay, just me and my previous self.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, I think that's a good question for you and also Jake. Transpires like you go into options and they have such a potential just to hit zero. You could wake up and they gap down just 10%, and those are now down 80%. How do you what do you do in those situations? How do you cut your losses? And I guess we'll start with Jake and go to Manz.
That's a good question. So, I mean, I think the biggest problem a lot of people have is they trade on the wrong time frame. If you're looking at a weekly chart, I post this on my Twitter all the time. If you're looking at a weekly chart and you see a setup with a measured move over a month, and you buy, let's say that we think Disney's going to 195 in a month, and then you go in and you buy the September 17th 195 calls, you're setting yourself up for failure. You're literally, you're like a little less than 10% out of the money with 2 weeks left if you were in them today. So the first thing is buying enough time. If you're trading something on a 5-minute chart, then yeah, you can play the expiration in 2 days, but that's probably on a 30-minute time frame. Whereas if you're trading something on the weekly or the monthly like I am, and someone will say, hey, well, I'm down like 50%. It's like, well, you're in an expiration for next week, and this is a monthly trade. So what I like to do is, if I find a measured move is essentially finding a signal and then saying, okay, this signal has happened in the past. Let's say it's the MACD cross. So for example, Disney had a very similar setup, MACD cross back in the COVID lows, and we moved up about 17% in 1 month. So if I think Disney's going to go up 17% in 1 month, I'm going to buy myself at least 2 months of time. And, I probably wouldn't even, at this point, if I got back into Disney, I wasn't able to get back in today, which sucks. I was just traveling here and I didn't have enough time to kind of look at things. But, buy yourself some time, because people will wonder, well, the stock was up 0.5%, but I'm down 20% on the day. It's because theta's kicking in. It's because all these other Greeks are kicking in. And you have to understand like that aspect of options to at least have any type of chance.
Yeah. Manz,
I'll touch on what Jake said for sure. Is you have to decide when you like approach the option sector as a whole, right? Everybody is intrigued by it because you see people with 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000% returns, right? And everybody's like, well, oh, okay, I want to do that. So they buy weeklies, without really understanding why they're entering the trade. And like Jake and I, Jake mentioned, we were talking about this before, but looking at the time frame, you have to decide what kind of trader you are, right? Maybe you like to look at the weekly time frame and understand, okay, on a broader perspective, in the next month or 2 months, there's a 20-point move that can happen on this stock, right? Maybe like myself, you're a intraday trader. So you are looking more at the hourly time frame or the 5-minute, right? And you're looking for an intraday move of like a 2 or 3 point move because it's bouncing off a key support level, right? So you have to first understand what type of trader are you? And again, it goes back to not just blindly buying options, right? That's how people lose their account. That's how people end up zeroing out, right? Quote unquote, is they're buying weeklies expecting a 20-point move because they see Jake or myself or anyone post a chart and it's like, well, this has a 15-point gap up, right? But then you buy the weeklies, 30% out of the money, and that's how people end up.
How can I get some whiskey up here?
I was actually about to ask for a drink, too.
About to pass out.
Legit thinking same. If anyone wants to pass me their drink. No, I think another thing to wonder is, like, how do you know what expiration, what price? Like, that shit's confusing. Like, there are thousands, hundreds fucking.
Absolutely. And I think that's the biggest issue is people go into it, right? And they're like, okay, well,
I'm serious, by the way.
I'm going to trade weekly.
Love you. Thank you, brother. Gotcha. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead. Jake, okay, so from what I'm getting, Manz, you pretty much trade more intraday options.
Right, shorter time frame.
Jake, you go more swings?
Yeah, and I mean, if we were talking about like how do I pick my strike, I actually get that a lot. And if I think that Disney is going to make a move to 195 in 2 months, I'm going to buy 185s for October because then if it gets to 185, then I can roll them into the 195s. I don't have to be a hero. I mean, sure, I could hit, and Disney for some reason rips 10% a day, and then you have that once in every 10 trade type of move. But if you want to play it right, like Manzel was saying, I mean, you don't have to hit 200 to 400, 500%. I mean, it's all about position sizing. If you go in, let's say 1/20th of your account and you make 400%, that's the same thing as going in, let's say 4 times the amount with 100%. So it's about position sizing. So if you want to hit that 400%er, then use a smaller position size, but there's no problem with going a little heavier, having higher conviction, and just not making as much, because over the trade, you're actually going to make the same amount if you have 4 times the position size. So conviction is big. So for me, if I can make 50% on the 185s on a 3 or 4% move on the spot, I'll take that all day. I mean, I'm not here trying to, hit huge home runs within a week. If I can make 50% on a trade in a week, I'll take that all day.
Yeah. And I don't want to touch on what Jake said really quickly is the psychological element is huge, right? And I talk about that a lot on like my Twitter and various platforms. But what Jake is saying is that is what his brain is inclined to. Seems like the best system to him, right? For risk reward. Everyone is different. Nobody has the same brainwave. Nobody processes information and risk and reward the same. So you have to be ready to understand one major thing before you are going to master trading. You have to understand, where does your mind best suit like success, right? You have to understand, okay.
My dude. No, okay. Yeah, look at this. I'm streaming live on Twitter, by the way. You're welcome. What, you want one?
Yeah, Garrett.
Can I get 2?
Garrett, while you were, I don't even know what you were doing. One of the things we talked about was, what's one thing you wish you knew when you first started trading?
Yeah, I think Dan asked me that when I walked in. But it's patience.
Where the hell have you been, Mitch?
So anyway, patience, guys. Like, you don't have to make all your money very quickly. Even you don't have to trade every day. I mean, if you're under PDT especially, like I don't know your account sizes, but if you're under PDT and the market's trash, I mean, just save your money, wait for the better setup. Because, I mean, you might take a loss. Then when it's good again, you have less cash now. So then you're in a worse spot than what you were just sitting on your hands. So just slow down with it.
And patience will fuck.
If I can touch on that. So
go ahead.
On Friday, I think it was Friday, for me personally, the market was shit, meaning the stocks that I trade were not moving. And somebody comments and says, well, these 6 stocks were moving. And I said, well, I don't trade those 6 stocks. I don't have any idea of their personality. I don't even know the spreads of these stocks. And so, to Gary's point, if the stocks that you're watching aren't moving, then take the day off. We're at the casino, right? Might as well bring up the casino analogy. If you're really good at blackjack or craps is your game, and the table's crap, and you just want to go play roulette just to get your fix, that is the best way to blow up your money for the night, because you're just trying to get your fix. You're not following a process. You're not sticking to an edge. You're just saying, well, I want my serotonin up again, so I'm going to go gamble somewhere else. That's the easiest way to lose your money, is not trading what you know. And if what you're trading and it's not there, then don't take the trade.
Can I add to that?
Yeah.
So I think, if you're not trading what you know, that's one thing. But be sure that you're just because you stop trading, if you can't find anything, don't leave. There's still a ton to learn by just watching, So you can paper trade shit or go really small. Yeah.
Do you think that has the same
No, it doesn't. No. I tell people to paper trade when they first start, just so they can because a lot of people will lose their money just on orders. Yeah. The only reason I would say, if you wanted to paper trade after you've been trading for like a year, is if you are out of day trades and you want to just see what something's going to do, it's kind of like a log, just to see how it react where you thought it would go.
Like whenever I'm talking about people that are paper trading after they've been trading for a while, I want them to treat it like, hey, these are numbers on the scoreboard now.
Yeah.
Like if you lose money, you're fucking losing the game. If you win it, because you can't have any emotions in it if it's not real money. It's just like a video game. So
that's why I say
at least be passionate about the fact that you're either winning or losing that video game.
for sure. Yeah. But and also or just go small.
Yeah.
Go smaller. I mean, because like they said, trade what you know. Well, if you don't know fucking anything, you can't trade anything. So you need to keep learning, right?
No,
you
yeah,
can't,
for
you
sure.
can't, So, and you've got to be a well-rounded trader. You can't just trade small caps. I mean, I know we post a lot about small caps, but I trade large caps every single day. So, I mean, you've got to be well-rounded. And, but, that's all I have to say.
For sure.
Be a well-rounded. Oh my fucking God.
Are real one?
I need another.
So I mean, you see a bunch of people talking about like CEI these days, and penny stocks haven't been like exactly the hottest recently. August small market. Is anyone in here in CEI? Nerds. Who's in LTNC though?
Crickets.
Just Stan.
Cool.
But like, why? What is it about CEI? I mean, obviously you have laid backs, precise DD. You can't get better than that at the poolside in Miami. But you see CEI. Like, what is it that makes you so confident? You can tell everyone. I guess this can go for Zach too.
I mean, probably like 20. Yeah. No, I mean, I mean, look at FCell. What happened with FCell? I mean, this is just CEI is going to be like the same thing. So, I think we'll definitely get five between 5 and 10 easily.
Yeah. But like, what makes you see the same thing in CEI? Like, how do you find that? Like, how do you see that and say, hey,
to be honest, it's time and experience. I've said it many times. It's in my heart that I know, like, just like I was right with AMC and SNDL and Naked or NACD, the way I like to call it. Like, no, just like it's just CEI's turn, and even if they have an offering, it won't even matter because SNDL was the same thing, and I had an offering, and we still went to 420 from like 56. So,
and the daily on CEI, every time it's been at this level, it's had a massive move. If you just look at the daily and zoom out, it's done it like 5 times.
Yeah.
It's literally gone to like 350 from this exact level that it's at like 4 or 5 times.
And I'll say this again, Zack Morris has a knack with names under 50 cents. 1,000%. This man kills every name under 50 cents. 100%.
Wow, he just said that you aren't good at trading stocks over 50 cents.
I've called stocks over 50 cents that.
I mean, you talk about all the time, man. The morning flush.
Yeah.
Like,
okay, so here's how the morning flush works. Okay, so I usually look for a low floater that goes up crazy pre-market, and then has a nice. So the way these work, I'll tell you guys how they really work. So they'll pop up pre-market. They'll dip a little bit, just like a little bit to tease you. Right when the market opens, you buy that, you sell it for the $2-3 pop, and then you wait till it really tanks when nobody wants it anymore. And yeah, some will not follow through, but if you stick to the low floaters and you wait for that, like that really big dip, then they end up going up like 100% or 200%. Later on. So right at open, there's a dip.
Yeah.
You buy that dip, you sell it for like you scalp it, and then you wait for that like really big tank. And don't tell anybody about this.
So are you
like
just doing this for like?
No, this is like the biggest secret known to like every.
It's got to have good news involved.
It's literally what we've been doing since we started.
For speaking about this.
Yeah.
So you just going for like a 1-2%,
So just buy the
or are you
fucking
just
dip.
following the chart?
Just listen to what I just said.
Yeah.
In the
It's
recording,
clear.
and that's
all right.
I don't want to talk anymore. About
Yeah, respectfully.
I've already got a target.
You're like the Bruce Lee.
JFK, Bill Clinton. It's Mr. Zack Morris. So we do have a little time for some questions and answers.
I'm gonna need more.
So we're gonna start it with people that are interested in day trading. If you have any questions about day, you don't want to go swing trading and options.
Yeah.
Please don't be fucking nervous. Just someone raise your hand. Like at least way in
Homie
the
in the
back.
back.
Whoa. Shitty Christian.
Shitty inter-Christian.
Shitty Christian.
No, shitty.
Hey, what's up, guys? I was just going to ask Zach, so when you're playing the morning flushes, are those intraday your closing out positions, or is that looking for a longer term swing?
Oh, no, those are day trades only.
Cool, thank you.
You're very welcome. Love you, bye.
Hey, Mitch, we got one over here, guys.
Where?
What's your name? What's your name?
My name is Lakshmi.
How long you been trading for?
Oh, I'm trading for many years, but I lost lot of things. But I recently gained a lot.
Yeah.
Brother Jack, nice to see you. I actually live here at Reno.
Welcome,
Look at
Bencho.
this. Welcome, boys. That's my brother-in-law right there.
Shout out everyone that came out to FinTwit from everywhere to Reno.
Yeah. It's a beautiful city, by the way. You have.
Oh, it's all good.
Thank you so much.
I actually started drinking today, but
Go ahead.
no one cares.
Yo, you have a beautiful city, man.
Do you have cocaine by any chance?
Yeah. Dude,
Sorry,
Mitch's mom is
His
here.
mom. I'm so sorry.
I mean, do you have a pomegranate juice?
Go ahead.
I have
Thank you,
a question because I'm following most of you, but most importantly, Jack for many days, many months. I'm still holding DATs, by the way. I'm hoping it will be $100 pretty soon. So the low floater means many people think it is under 100 million or 50 million, 20 million,
Oh, no.
10 million.
Low floaters are like under like 10 million.
10,
like
yeah.
5 million.
If you Google it, it'll say under 100. But we're talking about
If something's like 25 cents and it's only 25,000 shares, then people are gonna be buying more of that because it's such cheaper. So,
What fucking stock has 25,000 shares?
well, I'm just fucking making shit up.
Oh.
But, that is yeah.
Because
So,
let me know. I'll buy the whole fucking float right.
Yeah.
Wait, is that all you had?
Thanks, man.
Is that all? Okay.
Yeah.
Who else? Shitty inter-Christian.
Is that Josh?
Stand up, bro. Stand up.
Is that Josh?
stand up.
Yeah, it's Josh.
Hi, Josh.
Hey, Josh.
Hi.
Everybody say hi, Josh.
Hi, Josh.
Thank you.
Big
Yo,
Dick.
UNR shout out. UNR.
Let's go, baby. We're here in Reno. My question, real quick, to the whole panel. What do you guys think of gauging the market and its sentiment through futures? So, like ES.
Oh my god.
Wait.
Literally, I don't give a fuck.
Hey, connection broke up. Connection broke up.
Get that cord out
No,
of my
this is a
face.
great question though, but
No,
because it's so
I don't know what the
simple
hell
to
you just
answer.
said.
Like, don't give a fuck what the market does. It could go down, up, or sideways. We're gonna make money.
No, dude,
I mean,
it comes
that's
down.
because you learned how to trade in each market. If it's tanking, great, fucking volatility. If it's ripping, great, volatility. Like we thrive on volatility. Yeah, my boy.
No, it comes down to it really just comes down to having a plan for that.
Yeah.
So it's one of those things when we wake up, all right, let's just say that okay, 2018 Christmas Eve, market went down like 2% simply because there's no bid.
How do you know that?
You were like 5.
How do you remember
What?
that shit? Yeah.
How does he know that?
Hey, this is my fucking podcast, all right?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, but it comes down to like just building that into the plan. Like you want to build that in. Like that's an easy dip. If the market's bringing down everything, and you have a stock that has a high beta, that's an easy dip buy. It comes down to has the fundamentals changed, or is this just down? Is this just down?
Is that for me?
It's my dad.
Yeah, Zack
That's a
Morris
business
is
call.
It's his bedtime.
I love him.
Yeah, we don't.
Alright.
None of us look at the futures really. I mean, do you, Vérdé?
I don't mostly,
I
except
do
for
like
when it's
Future. He's got some.
Yeah,
good
he's a
songs.
good rapper.
except for when it's something. I mean,
Got
let's
red
rewind
bottoms
to COVID times. If the futures are down a fraction of a percent, I don't even pay attention to it. If we're going back to March, April, May 2020, and we have limit down or limit up, notice that most of those times when it gapped up like crazy or gapped down like crazy, once the market opened, it actually did reversed and did the opposite. So if you're having futures are gapping down immensely, I'm actually going to be looking to go long just about everything that day. And if they're gapping up immensely, my bias is going to be flipped. My sentiment's going to be flipped.
Yeah. I'll touch on what Vérdé said really quickly. So on like a shorter term time frame, I know he was talking about more like a broader term view, but on a short term time frame, when the market is having like broader weakness is the only time I'll really look at futures. And if like Vérdé said, if you see a major gap down in futures the next morning, usually you're going to want to look to, major stocks in those indices, like for support levels to see that bounce, because you're going to want to look to go long when futures are flushing super hard into the open. So if you're talking about more on like a day trade, like day to day, shorter term time frame, that's personally what I look for.
So what this all means is take it as it comes. Like you can't. We don't know what the fucking market's going to do in a month, but we trade it as it comes.
I love coming.
Yeah, and Eddie loves coming. I've seen it.
We got another one out there.
Thank you.
Go ahead. Where we
Pushing
looking?
right here.
Hey guys, my name is David. I'm from Sacramento. What's going on?
Sacktown, stand up! Sacktown, stand up! Sacramento!
How long you been trading for?
The Kings are dog shit.
I'll be
Yeah, but they're the
He's got
capital.
a mask on. I'll be here till Thursday morning. So.
How long you been trading for?
Thank you for
long
telling
time,
us.
long time. I'm an old trader. About 2009, March 2009.
I love that. I love
Damn,
that.
dude, catch me in the Chicago pit.
So you missed that Christmas in 2008 Mitch was talking about, huh?
I did. Yeah. So first off, Dark Elvis says, "What's up to his boys?" I was
Hey.
just messaging him.
Oh,
he
my
says,
boy.
"What's going
I
on?"
fucking love
Hey, Dark
him.
Elvis.
Man, he's
What
my
up,
boy.
bro?
I
So
love Dark
I do have a
Elvis.
question and a quick statement. PJ, I just want to say that Zach and PJ, the platform that you guys have built has trained and educated hundreds of thousands of traders, and I just want to say thank you
man.
because
Thank
thank you. Yep.
Y'all are gonna make me cry, man.
Yep. Without a doubt.
For
Without
real,
a doubt.
none of us are here. Like this doesn't happen without them two. So fuck that.
Yeah, I mean,
dude,
honestly,
I had so
we
many
are
people-
like the reincarnations, but shittier of them two.
Right.
So.
Oh my God.
I mean,
I'm way better than Zach.
Love, hate, win, lose, or draw.
Yeah. I'll
PJ,
take anything.
the platform you have built has educated so many people. And people can hate all they want, but that's just a fact.
Dude,
So props to
I
you.
was saying back there, because it's basically a fucking database. All you have to do is search any ticker you're looking at, and you're gonna find history of someone talking about it. You know what I mean? You're gonna find like DD that you didn't know was there. I don't know.
So
It's
here's
fucking awesome.
Thank you, man.
So
It's the
here's
coolest
here's
shit
my
ever.
question.
Oh, he has a question.
My question is for BearFuker.
Oh, whoa, that took a right turn. Holy
The
shit.
fucker of bear.
Boom! Right the fuck over there. BearFuker, do you have a fucking secret short account that you keep coveted?
No.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, he does.
I do shorting.
Oh, whoa.
I'm just
I
not
do
very
do.
vocal about it because I know it gets a lot of
You do
lot
shorting.
of hate out there.
Right.
I try never to short anything like small caps. It's too scary for me.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks, man. Thank you.
Yeah,
Go
I
ahead.
appreciate that too, man.
Yes,
All of you guys. Yeah.
So you all say, screen time is the most important thing in trading, but you also say personality, your own personality is very important.
No.
Personality is stop.
90% of these guys have terrible personalities.
No, the stocks.
Have you met these
personality.
fucking guys?
Your personality is probably your worst personality.
There's swing traders, there's scalpers, where's the balance between screen time and learning?
You learn how to do it all. You want to make it in this game, you learn how to fucking trade it all right?
You learn how to do
There's
it
no
all.
swing trading, there's no day trading, there's everything trading. That's how you're going to make it all.
To kind of add on to that,
Sorry.
man, I mean, I kind of started to a point where I
You
was
have really
swing
nice
trading,
locks.
but I would just day trade around my position. The same thing I do with anything I'm swinging, and I only really swing things that Zach is passionate about because I'll be honest, his track record isn't bad. So it's I just swing things. I'm trading around that position, and it's just I know I'm a day trader by heart. I can't let something go up and not sell at least some of it.
Bitch.
Yeah. Wait, what was your question though? I don't think we let him ask.
Yeah.
What a
So
whole
when
ass
it goes
bitch.
lower and I'm buying more,
Let him ask his question.
No, hold on. I've literally been, speaking of bitch, me and Mitch have been in a play together.
Speaking of bitch.
Mitch the bitch. Mitch
We've
the
been in a play
bitch.
together up 110%.
I'm just kidding. Mitch is very nice.
With this motherfucker. And somehow, we don't call it, we don't say shit, and somehow lose. How the fuck? Yeah, that's a hold forever. Fuck that. I trade it as it comes. I don't give a fuck. I'm not holding shit.
No, but
take the money.
Just to your point, dude. I think it comes down to I don't know where the fuck, but it's the thing about
Your
10,000
mother's right there.
Yeah, mom doesn't care. She lets me curse.
Oh, wait. Did you give him? Can you give him permission real quick? No. She said no.
Wait, Miss Henny. Can he stay up past 9? He really wants to go to the after party.
He heard there's gonna be one girl there.
Yeah, it's his sister and his
with
mom.
the sausage fest.
Boo. Poor Hugh.
I feel like
I need new friends.
I feel like Hugh hasn't talked much about his strategy, and I mean, like, obviously we know about all his failed swings that he posts on Twitter, but it's like, I mean, like, he has all this money. It's got to come from somewhere, right?
My rich mother. No, dude, but to your point, dude, I think it comes back to, like, to master something, you have to do it for 10,000 hours. I think, like,
Have you even been alive for 10,000 hours?
Dude, I'm literally not that fucking younger than you people.
We say that screen time is important because if you put in that time, you're gonna find out what kind of trader you are. So you're asking like what the balance is. You know what I mean? It's all different. Like he can hold something for months, not care. He can hold something for years. I'm not like that, but you won't discover that until you've put in.
To him. He's making money off his techno music.
Yeah.
He's already a celebrity.
Yeah, and I was born super rich, so it doesn't really matter.
Hey guys, I used to live in my car. He doesn't have fucking money.
car.
His quote is low. Oh my God! It's so hard sleeping in a car.
He says this, but then he texts me on the side.
With AC and a heater.
All right.
And music.
All right.
Yeah. And some cars even have a cooler.
Yeah. No,
And he had a fucking
It was a Jeep Cherokee, and it was very nice.
All right, yeah.
All right. Like you gotta if you're gonna understand a personality, you have to have screen time first.
Yeah.
So screen time comes before a personality. Like you can't just like look at a ticker for a day and be like, oh yeah, it does this. So you have to put the time into a ticker before you get to know it. It's just like a person. It's the same shit.
Yeah. You're not gonna know if you're a good quarterback unless you've thrown a few balls. You know what I'm saying?
Unless you threw a few interceptions
or touched a few balls. Either way.
You're not gonna be a good lover unless you made her come.
or him, whatever you're.
Or him,
Yeah,
whatever.
So I would say screen time.
I'm so
is
sorry,
more important.
Miss
Or him, her, whatever.
Hughes' mom.
Because you'll learn the tickers. Just spend
I
more
didn't
time
put
with them.
that down.
All right, what do we got?
Thank you.
What's next?
Yeah, we got
Go ahead.
some Q&As. I saw it right there. I saw it.
Go ahead. What's your name?
Yell that shit. Don't use a mic.
My name.
Follow your heart.
Say it from
My
your
name is
chest.
Diego.
Oh my God.
Hang on.
Tag team.
Go ahead. What's your name, man?
¿Cómo está?
Bien, ¿cómo estás tú?
Oh!
Bien.
Yo soy fantástico. Gracias.
You're Romanian.
Vale. Go ahead, man. How long you been training for?
Gasolina.
Oh my God.
How long you been training for?
I've been training for about like 5 months.
5 months? Okay.
But my question is actually for Hugh and Zach.
Yeah, baby.
Where, like, where Zach say where you feel like that ticker where you feel it in your heart, like, where do you like look at that stock and be like, this shit's going? You know what I'm saying? Like, where can you like really look at it and be like, this thing is going? I mean, you look at fundamentals and the technical analysis of certain things, and you can look at that, but I feel like it's something further than that to where it can go. Where it can actually make an actual move, and that's what I've learned from you too, listening from the podcast and the voice memos and all of that. But that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for those big moves. I'm not looking for those smaller moves. I'm looking for big boy moves.
How big is your account? Well, I mean, like, you don't have to.
No.
You don't have to say. I'm sorry. Like, I'm sorry. I didn't mean that.
What's your annual income after taxes?
Yeah. What's your social security number?
No, listen. Go ahead.
Hey, it all really comes with time and experience and just watching how these go. But also, like, I've always kept an open mind and I've paid attention to, like, traders who are better than me, and I still pay attention to people who are better than me. But you just kind of like the more, like as they said, screen time. You kind of start learning these stocks' personalities, and you'll I don't know, you'll feel it in your heart. But no, seriously, I swear.
No, he's not kidding.
Dude, you create an entire thesis.
No, but even if like I'll post screenshots of my old calls when I had like 1,000 followers, and it would be the same shit. It's like you just kind of go through time experience. Like my buddy Fred over there, he knows me since like I first started. Yeah, he knows me from
days.
Big Fred.
Yeah, my buddy Fred, he knows me from when I left my old company and started trading, and I went through.
Fuck that company.
But like, right?
No
like,
offense.
You just kind of
Maybe we
learn
shouldn't
how
have
like
gave Dan the whiskey.
you start you kind of you just watch them long enough, and you just kind of understand how like stocks move.
I
And
made
it
a
doesn't have to
mistake.
be the same. It doesn't have to be the stock
TX all
that
over
does
again.
it. It's the personality. It's the same recipe,
Dude, it's-
that other stocks will do it.
It's even like how they word their press releases. Like you can tell if they're trying to be pumpy just by like you feel that shit, and then it's like you read that press release and you're like, dude, like.
And a lot of the same companies do the same shit. They fluff up their PRs. and
Like
then
you understand.
You'll see the headline.
A lot
and
of
you read
companies
it.
will actually use
That's
PR
part of the
companies
recipe,
to
but
write
then you have to look
for
at the
them.
float structure and when's the last time has this ran?
Yeah.
So like you don't want a recent run. You want like if it's a stock that that has a low float and whatever, and it hasn't gotten news for like a year, and it just got news, that's just gonna fucking like probably go like 300%. So you just gotta like look.
Another thing was like dictating what catalyst can make it go, because I've had not too good experiences where I think a catalyst will make it go, and then it doesn't really make it the move that I want it to go. But like
because it's too good to be true.
Yeah, dude. Listen,
Sell
I've fallen in
It
so
happens.
many.
It happens,
Yeah.
and that's just part of the game. It's like like hit or miss, whatever.
Dude, there was this fucking company, YRIV. They were getting. Yeah, don't laugh.
Listen.
Goddamn.
Listen, all
Let's
right.
talk about Yeko.
The first day of this year, and once you guys hear this guy speak, you guys will understand 1,000%. At the beginning of this year, this guy, I don't even think his account was at $100,000, and this guy trades around $42 million a day on margin. He's the reason TD Ameritrade has a PDT limit. I think just introduce yourself.
Wait. Before you introduce yourself, I have to tell. Okay, he literally sends us videos of him in a swamp hunting ducks in full camo while still trading. That's what this man does.
But whenever you hear his voice, you will understand.
Yeah, you're like, oh boy, yeah, Eddie boy, I got you.
It's Ross.
I'm just Ross.
I'm just Ross.
All right, yeah.
Hey,
Like
get in
most
there
people,
nice and deep, Blackgrass.
dude. Most people when they make like $5 million, they go and buy like a sports car. Ross
bought a tractor.
He bought a
He's
zero
like the Forrest Gump of
lawnmower.
trading. This is the Forrest Gump. No, I mean,
sends
listen
us a
to him.
picture of
Wait,
zero-turn lawnmower.
let him talk. Let him talk.
What? I mean, what do you want me to say?
What are you gonna do?
And we're talking about what I bought with my money.
Ross, I think
box
just
of
going into
chocolates.
it, like, obviously you fucking made a shit ton of money doing dumbass shit.
Talk to us about trading with margin, man.
They give you plenty. I mean, if they're gonna give it to you, why not use it? It's pretty much free money.
I'll never forget Ross one time goes, yeah, I bought like $2 million worth. I'm like, how much is in your account? He's like, 100 grand. I'm like, where'd you get the $2 million? He's like, they just give it to you, bro.
Oh shit!
Why not
Yeah,
use it
you
if it's
asked
there, you know what I'm
nicely.
saying?
You asked nicely, and they're
Don't
like,
do
"Yeah,
that,
bro.
by the way.
Like, fuck it. You're good." All right. Next question.
His commissions are higher.
Go ahead. What's your name, bro?
I'm Asmir. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet. How long you been trading, bro?
I got a two-part question. All right,
No.
Zach, what's it like to be your favorite rapper, best trader? Right? What's it like to be connected with Glock 9 and be his favorite trader?
No, it's all pretty. Hello. It's me. It's pretty cool. It's exciting. No, it really is. It's awesome. I love
my
it.
second
No,
question
it makes me think about it because like Key Glock, I'll text with Key Glock, and then like all these other rappers I like. It's pretty cool. Yeah, it's just it's like I don't even know how I don't even know how I'm here right now. Like
He's
I feel
lost
really
for words.
honored being in front of you guys. So thank you everyone for coming out. Like, I really appreciate you all. Like,
and my second question
thank you
is,
so
how
much.
do you convince your immigrant parents that you can make money online?
Pardon me?
How can you convince your immigrant parents that you can make money online and not go to school or get a really good job?
Oh, I just never listened to my parents. Like, you know, I've always done my thing, and I never listened. But I've always hung out with the right crowd.
Dude,
respect.
Yeah.
All right, next question. What do we got?
Yeah,
Go ahead.
I got a question here.
Yeah, go ahead. Kevin, right?
Kevin from Houston. Hey, guys. Thanks,
Kevin from Houston, baby.
Hey, Houston, stand up.
Thanks for everything you do. This is maybe more
H-Town.
for Zach. So I want to know about overcrowded trades. So let's use Wish as an example, right?
Yeah.
So it's got great fundamentals. It had great technicals. It maybe took a step back on the fundamentals in the last earnings report. It got quite overcrowded. So then what needs to be true beyond just having like blowout earnings and stuff like that to really see it skyrocket?
Listen, the market doesn't fucking care about a lot of this shit. It's just like, honestly, that was probably a blessing for it to like tank like that, because then it put like even more eyes on it. This whole market is just like a pump and dump. Like I've seen the games, and yeah, no, that was actually probably like one of the best things for Wish, because either way they're gonna like get bought out or something like that. Like, you know, it's right now it's just like stupid cheap.
And you think on a buyout, then that would make Wish take off?
Oh, I mean, no, a buyout we'll probably get bought out for like $30 billion or whatever like that. But like, yeah, no, Wish, I'm still like super bullish on it. Like it's just games. Like what else?
OSTK.
BBIG fell to $2. Oh yeah, OSTK fell to like $2. OSTK fell to $2, and now it's $100 something. It's just like somebody home. Fell to $2. So it's just games, and you know, I've been in this, I've seen all this, and I've watched others, and like, you know, I've always paid attention to the pros, and like these are just games, and it's just part of it. That's why I don't have emotions with it anymore, because I know it's part of the process. You know, like, see, yeah, I said 1, and here we are, but we're gonna be 10.
Thanks, Kev.
All right, thanks, guys. Love you.
All right, no,
All right, next.
no, Kev, I love you.
What do we got? No.
What not?
No.
What?
No. No.
Sit down.
No.
Sit down.
No.
Sit down.
No.
Sit down.
I would
Next
like to hear your
question.
question.
Go ahead, Wills.
All right, what's up, guys? My name's Wade Wilson. My question for everyone on the panel is something I've been struggling with is how to pay myself with my trading profits. And I was just wondering, how do you guys go about it?
You just go to the settings.
I just pay myself
set
like
the
$1 million
wire.
a day.
You enter your bank info and you just fucking wire
And
it
then
out.
I go buy a new car or
no.
a new watch or, you know, whatever.
Dude, keep no money in your bank
You know,
account.
I'll answer this because I actually
No money.
I'll answer this first because I
rich.
just started paying myself out of my trading account
Don't
like
do it.
legitimately like last month or
Don't
2 months
do it.
ago.
Fucking serious?
You have to get to like a certain number that, like, you know, like make a little goal for yourself, because you don't want to pay yourself right away. If your account's at 10 grand, you get to 11, like you have a number in mind that you want to get to. But once you get to that number, make it a realistic number, 100 grand, 20 grand, whatever it is. Start paying yourself a little bit.
No.
Okay, he's not doing that, but that's my opinion, because
You
if you have a
need
smaller account, you have another job. You're
Dude.
not trading full.
Your back needs to be against the wall every fucking day. Okay? Like, if
You're a multi-millionaire. Your back has not been against the wall for years.
All right, set a goal for yourself. Like, you know, like let's say 100. Wait, let's say like $100,000, and then like once you hit that goal, anything over that $100,000, you pay yourself, and then once you hit like, you know, then you set a new goal for yourself. So after you filled up your nest egg, because that's what you guys want to focus on, building a nest egg, because we could all lose and we could all finish. Sorry for stealing from your question. I guess I'm just better answering this question than you are.
Well, I was doing well, and then
but it's not
Boy
like,
Wonder over here.
It's not like you really have experience anyway. But sorry, I don't bleach my hair blonde, right? Like,
You couldn't if you tried, bro.
Oh, I'm pretty sure
I
I
would
could.
really
It's just-
like to see that though.
I've used Sunnin when I was
right,
younger.
I'll-
And my mom's a hairstylist, so once you check it out.
I'll add-
Okay,
I'll add-
anyway, but no, build a nest egg, and then once you build a nest egg, and then you have your account at whatever, like, here's what I would do. I would have like at least $100K in the bank, and then $100K in my trading account. And then you build, and then you keep paying yourself and all, and then you could get to the, and then when you have a big ass day where you're making where you make 30 whatever, then you put that towards your account and you take half and put it towards your nest egg and all that stuff. Sorry that Tommy couldn't answer this question.
Jesus Christ.
How could
I
somebody,
literally said the same thing. You just took my answer.
How could somebody who lives in their car answer it?
This motherfucker.
No, it's true.
I don't live in my car anymore. Now I have a fucking big ass house.
Now you live in a nice car.
Who asked that fucking question?
Wilson, dude, I told you, man.
Are you wearing a Pennies going to Raw shirt?
Don't you dare. Don't.
PGIR live Reno shirt.
I got you a drink later.
Yeah.
Sorry, what was your name, man? Tom and Dan.
What was your name?
I didn't get
Nolan
to finish
from Nashville.
How long you been trading for?
About 2 years.
Nice.
So to answer your question earlier, my account is under 25,000. I have a two-part question for mainly Dan and Tommy.
Jesus Christ.
What
Dan?
What
You got a
what
question
moment?
for Dan?
What moment or event triggered your decision to commit full time to trading? Because I currently work a full time job, and I do this on the side, and I love it. What event triggered it? A, for Dan and Tommy, and B, how can I maximize my 3 trades I get per month to get my account over 25,000?
So first of all, I wouldn't even allow that 3 to ever become a thing. I would do a cash account, so you won't have to worry about that. And Robinhood, if you're on Robinhood, that one's always gonna have a cash account or not. But mine was more of I was kind of forced to, man. I was fired from my job. I was giving up trading because the market halted down 3 times in a day, and I was like, shit, this sucks. And I lost half my account, so I was like, I'm gonna stop doing this. And then I got fired, so I was like, all right, maybe I should start doing it again. But I mean, like, for me, it was always just like a min-max kind of thing. Like, I'm either give it my all or not give it shit. So I just had to give it everything, and I didn't have a job at the time anyway. So, and I'm not gonna lie, it was the most bullish market of all time. I'll never dissociate that from the fact of how I made my money. But at the same time, like, I can still do it now.
You only got to get rich once, baby.
Yeah.
100%.
And you know what? Where people I see this a great deal of time where they're like, "Oh, it was a bullish market last year." But how many people did we gain in the market compared to last year? Like we got how many people are hungry now? Like think about that. Like everybody's like, "Oh, that was a different market." No. This is a different market because we have so many more people and they're hungry, and then they're gonna tell their buddies that they're fucking hungry, and then their buddies are gonna get fucking hungry, and everybody's gonna be fucking hungry.
Yeah.
So
This August,
Everybody's
this August was better than the last 5 years.
And to touch on going full time, I wouldn't quit your job or any of that until you have enough money saved up from trading to withstand.
That's what I just said earlier, didn't I?
No, you didn't.
No, I pretty much just said to have that nest egg. No, but that's what I just said earlier.
All right. It's all good. No, I won't speak anymore.
The most important question of the night.
Son of a bitch.
Who has a Roth IRA?
Oh my!
Y'all are fucking lying. You do not all have Roth IRA.
Serious?
Nobody has a Roth IRA.
All right, guys. Who takes it in the butt?
Oh my God. I do not have a Roth IRA. I don't want my money tied up till I'm 60. That's weird.
Dude, it's
That's weird to me. I don't know.
it's not.
It's not. So you can take it out without being
there's-
penalized?
Dude, there's exceptions.
Oh God. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, buying a house, dying of cancer.
Okay.
There's still only 10% versus 37.
Listen. Okay, there's important exceptions.
Do you have a
Oh
mic
my
on your
God.
lapel and
Here we
your
go.
on
Who
your-
fucking asked this
You want to
question?
fight?
All you needed was to fucking
Don't
talk
fight,
about
guys.
a
Don't
Roth,
fight.
and this
God
motherfucker
damn it.
standing up. Dude,
The rest of the show's ruined.
You know what?
Who wants Roth talk?
No fight. No fighting.
All right, go ahead. What's your name,
Exactly.
man?
Gatlin.
Nice to meet you, man. How long you been training for?
About 8 months.
Nice.
I love
Long
it.
time listener, first time caller.
This question is more directed to Manziel and Jake. And I've heard a lot of traders say within calls, when it breaks resistance, then you buy the calls, or when it breaks support, then you buy the puts. But a lot of times it looks like that breaks through those levels so fast, it hits the next resistance. You buy in, and then it hits that, that big red candle and comes back down. What's your strategy to, I guess, combat that, or how do you look at that?
Here, bro.
You want to go?
You want to go first?
Yeah, I'll just make it quick. I mean, if you're buying, if you're trading common stock, then
That's his.
Sorry, bro.
Oh, sorry, dude.
Yeah, I got a bad shoulder, all right?
Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
Guys, my bad, Jake.
I mean, if you're buying a breakout, you're buying a premium that's pretty expensive because you've got implied volatility is increasing. So like, if what you want to do is you want to wait for the breakout to happen, retrace, and as it's retracing, then the implied volatility is dropping and the premiums are dropping. So, I personally won't buy options on a breakout. I would prefer to buy them like. So tomorrow, Hugh and I are going to talk kind of more on the charting side. Like I like to buy them at a what I like to call volume shelf, which is an area where there's a ton of volume, it's supporting price, and the premiums are getting chopped up because there's no movement. If you're buying something on a breakout, then you're essentially probably buying into something that somebody's selling covered calls to you because they're taking advantage of that spike. So you want to at least have some type of pullback to get those premiums at least a little lower. And it depends if you're in the money or you're out of the money. If you're in 30% out of the money or 20% out of the money, the premiums probably won't move much, especially if you don't have a lot of time. But I personally would at least wait for some type of retracement back to previous resistance now acting as support.
More times than not, they'll retrace.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll touch on it a little bit. So I have a little bit different school of thought than Jake. I don't mind buying breakouts. You just have to understand that entering that trade, it's a different trade than a different setup, right? When you're buying a breakout, my size is different. My target is different, right? Like I'm much more. It's a quicker trade for me, right? I want to trade the breakout initially. What Jake is saying is you want to see old resistance turn into new support, right? That's healthy for the stock. So that is a fantastic buy point. Like, for example, when AMD, it broke like a 20-year resistance at the 100 level, right? Like I waited for the retest of that breakout to buy calls. And so I think that's something I appreciate about it a lot is, old resistance turning into new support is one of the most bullish, right? Like things that I look for on even shorter time frames. So you just have to understand.
Like what? Like the 5 minute or?
So if I'm going to look at like an at the high breakout, it's going to be on a daily or weekly, right? Okay. So that has to be, you're deriving your level from like the weekly or daily chart. And then you're going to understand, even if that breakout is on the 5 minute, right? You're still going to look for a retest intraday, right? Whether that's on the hourly or 5 minute. I know it's more like technical, but you just have to understand the trade you're going into. If you're going to buy breakouts, you need to understand that you have a plan before. Otherwise, you're going to get screwed, right?
Well, and it comes down to the personality. If the personality of a stock is it runs 2 to 3% after the breakout, then you could probably make money on the breakout. But if you have a stock that breaks out and the personality of that stock is always to retrace and retest, then it's really about knowing the personality of the stock. Absolutely. I mean, some stocks will literally rip 4% on a breakout, where some will do a little peekaboo, pull back, and then rip. So it depends on your expiration, your strike. Are you in the money? Are you out of the money? So many variables there.
Yeah, and I do want to mention one thing, right? There's a old saying that the harder it is to break resistance, the stronger the breakout is. I found that to be especially true, right? So like with AMD, that was like a 15, 20-year resistance, right? The breakout was extremely strong. Saw a 20-point move over at the high. So hey, man, AMD's got like history,
okay,
but
just,
just understand like the breakout that you're buying.
The last time I tested it was Christmas of 2008.
Listen, I'm not trying to wait 20 years. I'd rather someone just tell me they're going to tweet the stock, All right, what do we got?
Over here, teach a man to fish.
How's it going?
Wait. Hang on a minute. He's going to pretend like he knows your name. Dude, wait. I want all my... First off, we have the Hugh Henney investment competition homies inside the house. Okay, we are going to kick global ass. Okay,
I don't know what that. What does that mean?
I don't know what that is.
What does that mean? Speak American.
What is that? I want to know.
Yeah, I mean, kicking global ass sounds just crazy in general.
Dude,
I mean,
hey, that sounds racist.
Sounds like you're a terrorist.
It's intentional. All right. So I got a question. My name's Tyler. I'm from the Nevada Student Investment Organization.
What up, Ty?
At UNR.
Hey, Tyler.
Yes. So I talked to you earlier today, Mitch. One question I had for, I guess, anyone here is how do you guys figure out how to get in before a catalyst on pump and dump stocks? For me, as another question, hey, calm down. So
hey, he's my fucking student.
What do you call a pump and dump stock? Because to me,
any low float micro cap. So
you just buy a lot beforehand, before you tell all
No.
your friends
No,
and then other people, and that's how it's done. You just buy a lot.
So the
And then
question
you tell
is,
other people
Are you just
that-
asking like how
I didn't get to finish my question.
Yeah, let him finish.
let him go.
Sorry. So basically, a lot of those stocks tend to pump and dump over periods of time, and they could be repetitive based on specific either technical or fundamental patterns, whether it's either a release or a statement or whatever it may be. I tend to trade the short side of it. I don't know how you guys feel about the short side, but with those patterns, one thing that I like to keep in mind is that usually, even though they pump off their news, whether it's a relevant catalyst, irrelevant catalyst, a lot of them end up coming back down and are failing as companies. And as Hugh said earlier today in our other meeting, 99% of those stocks fail. So my question is, why don't you guys take a short side of those positions after it pumps, whether you got in earlier or not, and profit on the downside? Because considerably, wouldn't it be more statistically profitable over a period of time if they're always failing?
So you're the one that's been shorting all our shit.
Making bank.
We found him, guys.
I think
We
my
found
answer
him.
is
I squeezed
But
this
honestly,
motherfucker once or twice.
how ethical would it be for us to be like, okay, guys, let's look, we're taking CEI to 10. Okay, guys, everybody, let's short it. Like, it's not.
Wait, there's another part to this. One is that like LTNC pump and dump. Okay, a stock that just goes up a lot on a catalyst, like let's say 300%, and retraces is not like that's not a pump and dump. That's like a pump and dump would be LTNC.
I'm talking about historical pump and
means
dumps, not like a one-time thing.
Yeah,
I thought
yeah,
he means
I
all
know.
of them.
He's talking about companies those, if you have the right broker, take advantage of it, whatever.
No, but my question is, what are your guys' thoughts on taking those type of positions?
Well, the thing is, it wouldn't really be like honestly, it wouldn't be really ethical for us. Is like
especially on something we call.
It would fuck us like that's why I just short like bad news on like large caps and mid caps. Like it'd be super messed up if we're like buying these pennies and then we're like, all right, guys.
But I'm not saying they're penny stocks that you necessarily had to buy into beforehand. Like let's say it was something that you didn't consider pumped up, like a random stock that wasn't on your watch list.
Yeah,
then you dive into it. Was that
sure. I
something?
mean, a short's a short. Yeah, if you see a good
Dude, stocks
opportunity,
go both
you see a
ways.
good opportunity.
Yeah. Most of the
I
retail crowd is long biased.
Yeah.
Right.
So you're not going to see people with large followings
Right.
who cater to that retail crowd.
But it also has to do with the brokers because not a great deal of brokers lets you like short like that. So it's easy to. That's why I like shorting mid caps and large caps because they're easy to do it. But,
it also has to do with a lot of our following are newer traders. I'm a newer trader, but it has to do with newer traders. Your account can go to absolute zero short. You know what I mean? So it's a lot of like where if something we call doesn't work out, people might lose 20%, 30%. If you short something and you have that same mentality where you're new and it squeezes you out, like you can go into margin, you can owe your broker money. Yeah. It's more dangerous for us to call those. We do short stuff.
Sure.
He posts gains from shorting stuff all the time. Like we do take those trades, but as far as calling them, it's really dangerous for a following that's newer traders because
Makes sense, yes.
they'll hold it forever thinking it's going to go down. Get squeezed out, go into margin, and all of a sudden you start owing your broker money. So it's not smart for us to call.
Real quick on the first question.
Thanks, Go ahead, in the middle.
Hold on.
What's your name, man?
He had
Mitch. Hold on,
Mitch.
What?
So his first question that wasn't answered.
Yeah.
He asked about how and when to find a catalyst for certain quote unquote pump and dump names.
Oh yeah.
We'll call them small cap names. So I'll personally use BBIG as an example. And I guess you want to talk about the last few weeks, merger names are a theme.
Trend.
That's a catalyst.
It's all trend.
Whatever you want to call it. But that can be a catalyst for certain things. That where you have high short interest names
and merger names merging in one thing where you have all of FinTwit talking about SPRT or ANY.
Let's go.
You have high short interest combining with merge, and you saw what happened. That went from single digits to 40 something or I forget. But every 2 weeks, in the example of BBIG, every 2 weeks brokers market wide update their outstanding short interest, and while it hadn't pumped yet, while SPRT and others did, all of a sudden one day on that update every 2 weeks, BBIG updated their number and it was a 51% short interest.
Yeah.
So when that came up on FinViz, for example, which most of us use, that's an easy thing for everyone. All retail crowd. You don't have to be a full-time professional to see that.
Yeah.
So it's really easy for a bunch of eyes to know that, or to see that might be a candidate for some sort of catalyst where that's a merger name and a high short interest name. And that would be a good example of a catalyst for a quote unquote pump and dump name, but just call it a small cap name.
Yeah.
Nice. All right, in the middle.
First off, I want to thank you guys. I started trading back in October, and I thought I knew what I was doing. And my account went like to half of what it was.
You're on the right track.
And
We all did.
we all
Every
did
one
it.
of us up here did that,
Then I found
Yeah.
you guys, and you have given me hope. So I want
Fuck
to thank
yeah.
you.
Yeah, I love it. Yeah, I love that.
Hell yeah. What was your name, man?
It's Cody from Carson City.
Nice, baby.
Carson Cody up in the house, baby. Let's go.
So my goal is to be trading full time within a year and
Love
quit
it.
my day job. So that's my goal, and
Yeah.
you guys have given me hope. My question is two parts. One, how do you determine how big you go into an account? Because what I'm finding is I'm not sized correctly. If that makes any sense, I'm buying in too heavy.
Man, come on up here. Come here.
Yeah.
Come on up here. Come on.
You're buying too heavy too quick.
If you're nervous about it, you're too heavy.
Yeah.
Yeah. You
Dude.
gotta taper back. If
Listen, whatever your account is, you're probably going too heavy because you're thinking like, hey, I want to make $5 grand, 10 grand, or whatever it is. So you're thinking, okay, I have to put this much of my account in. The way to start is just start really small. Take everything but $500 out. Just start with $500 and just focus on the percentage gains. If you have TD Ameritrade, take away the P&L open, take away the P&L day, and just do the P&L percentage. It comes back to what Dan said. If it's big enough to screenshot it, sell it. Do that with the P&L percentage first, because then it's like one of those things where if you can prove yourself 80% win rate for over 4 months using the same strategy, then you can put $5 grand. And then if you turn that $5 grand, you do it again for another 6 months. Now you can go up to like 20 grand. And that's where one of those things where like all of a sudden you're compounding, and you're buying $5,000 coffee makers and you don't even fucking like coffee.
Yeah, no, I preach it all the time that if you are consistent, the only thing that changes is the buying power. You know what I mean? Like that's it. If your strategy is proven, the only thing that changes is the buying.
But it's like a muscle you have to work out, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, if you're not, it's all up to you. It's you versus you, right? So if you aren't comfortable with losing $1,000 in a stock, then you're in too big or your risk is too far. You see what I mean? So taper back.
What's a good number to like? Where do you find that happy medium?
So until it's for
person
you.
to person.
So whatever you feel comfortable with losing, start there and then slowly grow up, right? Because like every one of us that have compounded gains and grown, we've exercised that muscle to where we're, I remember being down $500 and it ruining my whole fucking week. Now I lose $1 million and I don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? So it's all, and that's all relative to you and your account size, right? So, that's the goal is to get to where you're numb to it.
Start with $500 and buy one share. Just start with $500, buy one share, and like I said, focus on the P&L percentage, and then, like I said, is that
and when you get comfortable, then go up a little bit. Not because I used to be 0 or 100. Either I was in $10,000, I was in 30. So you can. There's a middle ground there. You know what I mean? You can dance in the middle and slowly scale up to where you feel comfortable.
Gotcha.
That's what I would say.
One rule that I have is if you can't sleep at night or you feel like it's Christmas morning the next day, you're probably too heavy.
And you're down 2%.
Well,
yeah, Gary, you could touch on this too.
Yeah, and set yourself a personal max loss before you enter the trade. That way, like your thoughts aren't screwed up because you think straight before you get in it with your money. Love you too.
Where's Dan?
He's out there drinking a thing.
That might be better for us, honestly.
Yeah, but make your personal loss before you take the trade. That way you know what you're willing to lose, and no matter what the stock does, if it hits that, you're not surprised. I mean, because you expected it, and you're not like shaken up or anything.
Well, the biggest thing for me is I follow Zach religiously, and a lot of you guys. And the one thing, well, no, and it's really all you guys. You guys all preach the patience piece, right? And so I was in Wish, and I bought in at $11, and I still have it. But when it went down to $6.50, I doubled my position and bought my average down. And so those are the kind of things that I'm learning to do. But it's the patience piece. That's what I'm telling my friends, that you got to stay patient. It's not a one-day game. So
I can't wait for Wish.
But there's different, like Wish is an investment, right? That's different than trading, than day trading. You see?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, they trade crap companies. Like Wish is actually like a good company.
Like all that he was talking about, shorting the small caps and pumping dumps. They have momentum, they have volume, so that's what we trade during the day. But I'm not going to marry them and hold them for 5 years, like like a Wish, for example.
Yeah, and when you're day trading and you're growing your account, just fucking sell it if you're up.
And the smaller accounts that are trying to hold shit forever, stop. Like, take the money and move on. You see, like you're not an investor whenever you have a small account. Wait until you have a big account. The money that I throw in Wish, I don't care. Like if it loses or wins, I'm still going to be trading, right? So you have to position yourself for that, right? So it depends on you and your account size. Right. Yeah.
Thanks, you guys. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
All right, what do we got?
Hey, what's up, boys?
Where am I looking?
Sorry, Zach has to pee, by the way. So if anybody has any questions for him, I'll be answering them. I taught him everything he knows.
He's the Wish, Zach.
What's your name?
My name's Terp from Truckee.
I love it.
What?
My name's Mick Terp on social media.
Hell yeah, baby.
He's back.
How long you been trading for?
I traded large caps for a year, and August this year I just started trading small caps. So,
Okay.
Wanted to ask Gary a question.
Yeah.
So my struggle is finding the education to teach me an exact strategy to try to see if it's successful for me. So what did you guys use, or how did you kind of develop an exact strategy and try that and see if that worked for you until you moved on to something else?
Yeah, so it's all about we're all different. Everyone in here is going to trade differently. Like all of us, we don't trade the same. So it's about finding your personality and being in touch with yourself, trying all kinds of strategies. And if something doesn't work, if you're not making money, if it's making you nervous or you're sketched out, don't do that anymore. Move on to the next one. Then when you find something that you kind of vibe with a little bit and you start making a little bit of money, stick with it and keep building on that so you're extremely comfortable with it. That's kind of more your thing. I don't swing much. That's not my thing. So
Dude,
I day trade. I don't do options.
Gary and I literally can't trade with each other.
No.
The same thing.
I've seen it. That's true.
Gary and I will trade. 2 weeks ago, we traded the same fucking thing. I lost 170 grand. I get a screenshot I'm like, yo, how's your day? He's like, fucking fantastic. 400 grand. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
On the same fucking stock.
Yeah.
It's very similar to how
Goblin Gang, baby.
Yeah.
It's very similar to how me and Hugh are right now. He really wants to keep talking about Roth IRAs and finance shit, but
no, I was just gonna say that's awesome. I appreciate that, but was there a source of information that you went to find strategies so that you could say, okay, momentum breakout strategy, I'm gonna buy this type of strategy and try it, or how did
you'll know?
Yeah,
you won't know.
I watched everybody on YouTube. There's a lot of YouTube traders out there. A lot of them are trash. Some of them are good, but I watched everybody. So some people have good stuff, even if overall they're not great. There's a couple good things they have. Right. All right, I'll take that. Ignore the rest. And then, I start trying it on my own. And then just market experience, putting in your 10,000 hours, watching what everybody does. Watch people on Twitter. Watch what I do. If there's something I do that's good that you like, try to do it on your own. If there's something I do that's trash, don't do that.
Right.
Okay. So, just watch everybody.
Awesome.
Thanks, to piggyback off that, as we're definitely different traders, on days that end in Y, my hands are made of paper. And if something is is curling off VWAP or whatever your strategy is. I've realized for myself that I'm good at scalping that name. If it moved 50 cents, maybe I'll take 14 of them. And he might accumulate those dips all day, sitting on it for a couple hours, and really appreciate the meat of that move and appreciate that entire move, where I might not, but I might have done it with more size where we could have realized the same amount of gains on a different spread.
Yeah.
So that comes with trial and error. To answer your question, that's trial and error.
100%.
Are you comfortable holding through that couple hour, sideways move of accumulation or consolidation or downtrend, whatever you want to call it, or whatever it actually is? Or do you want to wait for a move to join it, albeit a little bit late, and then quickly get out?
He's asking if he uses a technical
Yeah,
pattern,
so
for those
I
who
watch
can't
volume. I watch volume, just level 2, basically, because I do use some indicators like the 20 EMA for a bounce a lot, the 9 EMA some, but all of that doesn't matter compared to volume because those are lagging. Like that's what might happen or what quote supposed to happen. But the volume, the buys and sells coming in, that's kind of what I watch. And like you can look at the chart, like there'll probably be areas that a stock comes down and it's bouncing off of several times throughout the day and it's getting bought back up. Those are areas that I'm watching. And just, if I see a lot of buys coming in, I hop in with them. Or, the knife candles like we were getting last week, I'll just take my losses, rip the Band-Aid off, like don't bag hold anything, protect your account over everything. And, me and PJ were talking about this last weekend. The cool thing about Atlas, FinTwit, all of it is we all see things differently. Like somebody might post something that I wasn't looking at a specific way, and I can hop on with them, and vice versa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
Okay, so we got one more question.
Daddy Belford?
Oh.
Is it after party?
Question. And then the after. I thought you fucking came up here for a question.
Hell yeah.
Oh, God.
So,
You better not fuck up this last question.
you. So my biggest question was, whenever I first started out in FinTwit, I made a bunch of money, and I never had any kind of guidance as to how to take money out. And the last PGIR episode kind of taught me with Gary and Tommy.
The other one?
The Goblin Gang.
Goblin Gang. You can just refer to us as one.
On how to do that. And so it was really beneficial to me because it was all about, like, whenever I first started, how to make money, but not how to take money out. So if you guys will just take some time and talk about that. Yeah, so like I said, whenever I first started, I had no other source of income. So I took out as I needed. Whenever I first, and my bitch ass job wouldn't give me unemployment. They said I was fired for misconduct.
Yeah, but to touch on
asking.
it, paying yourself is super important because otherwise you don't feel like it's real. So
there's
just
no
even if
reward.
it's the tiniest shit ever.
Totally fucking
even if it's like a
what I was saying was that I didn't pay myself pre-25K or anything like that.
Gucci
I did not pay myself luxuriously until I did.
But you guys see you guys see
and
like
now everyone's fucking talking over each other. Hell yeah.
you guys.
Anyway, I fucking totally disagree. I like looking and not seeing shit.
I know, but it's your job. You do pay yourself. I'm just saying, like, you see Eddie when he's like, Zach, sorry, everybody knows your name. He says treat yourself, right? And like his treat yourself is obviously above my treat yourself or whatever, but it could be small.
Yeah.
Like, you say you used to get sushi, whatever, but like it's important to just.
Yourself. That's just normal life.
My thing was, like, whenever it came to paying myself, because these guys talk about sushi and other Lamborghini dumbass shit that doesn't make sense.
You live in Alabama. Paying yourself was $250.
I do not live in
I eat
Alabama.
Wagyu every damn
my
night.
residence is in Houston.
I said lived with a D.
Yeah.
All right,
You're
but
about to get another D if you don't.
I eat organic every night.
So, what I was saying was, like, it came to a point where if I made $1,000, I would take out $100 that day. If I made $5,000, I would just take it out of a percentage, and I would try and build up my bank account the exact same as my portfolio. I've always thought of it as
Fuck
like
that.
a CEO.
No. Build a nest egg. Build a nest egg and then
I've
fuck
always
around.
thought of this as like being a CEO of something. If you're the CEO of a company, how much money of the company are you taking out? And if you take money out of that company, you're hurting the company.
I hope you're not referring to PGIR.
I think it's all situational.
I don't know what the fuck you're
Do you
talking
even know what
about.
CEO stands for?
You see what the fuck I have to deal with on a daily basis? I have to like Tommy, like talk about his car. I mean, like, fucking Mitch talking about like, yeah, I get it. You're fucking
No, but seriously, I lived in my
18
car.
years old and have $40 million. Whatever, dude.
You don't have to still sleep in the car. No, I don't anymore. I don't.
He
I
doesn't
have
have
a
to
man.
sleep in his car. He does it for fucking fun now.
Like, dude, we got a hotel room for you. Nah, I'm good, dude.
Anyways, all right. Listen,
I rented a Suburban.
Yeah. Wait. One quick thing.
I got one more.
I
got a
rented
question real quick.
I rented a Nasdaq. Yeah, just to sleep in it for the week.
So I know we're talking about, paying yourself. And, when I kind of started, I started with a smaller account as well. And I've done a good job at compounding my gains. And I guess,
you have,
Tommy,
baby.
I've been following you for a little while. And I know you're a newer trader like myself, Mystic. You've obviously done some crazy shit. But obviously this is geared more towards guys who focus more on day trading. And again, I've done a good job at compounding my gains, but some of the issues that I'm running into now, and I'm watching Tommy trade large caps, and that's kind of why I've been gravitating to them, because I've gotten to the point now where the portfolio, you can't just buy 200,000 shares or 100,000 shares of a $4. Like, yeah, you could, but then you're like time horizon, like you can't day trade this because of liquidity and you can't get out.
It's
on
tough
these
to
things.
sell.
Yeah,
it's hard to get
exactly. So I'm catching myself getting stuck in a bunch of these little shit names, but like with still way too much size. And so, what are you guys doing, Mystic? I know you day trade, right? But what's the sense in having $4, $5, $6 million in a portfolio when you can't make it move? Like you can't put it all to use, right? And so, like with myself, I trade with a couple million, and I want to.
I love that.
I want to move this. No, I mean,
Poor guy,
realistically,
he's only trading
but
with
this
a couple million.
No, but like realistically, if you want to move
God bless his
if
soul.
you want to like move the
Yeah,
needle of the
Mystic.
portfolio, right? If you want to move the needle, because that's essentially the thing,
Mr.
right?
Mystic.
Like 20K doesn't feel like 20K anymore.
Bro,
Yeah,
you don't have to move the fucking needle every day. If you're trading with $6 million, you don't need listen. If you can do
Like
10,
there's no percent that matters.
Go ahead,
if
Gary.
you're at 6 mil.
Yeah. So trade the high volume mover on the day. Like there's going to be the low float stocks with high volume, a lot of volatility, liquidity.
Yeah, you're just staying with that super liquid name.
And burn steaks.
And burn steaks. Yeah, you buy all the burn steaks. But
like-
you stick with the high volume plays. It's pretty safe to get in and out with. I trade with really large positions on all of those trades. And you just do it all day long. Like there's going to be like something else that moves later in the day. You can do it multiple times. It doesn't have to be one trade each day.
Yeah, and you just got to sell into. You got to sell into high volume.
Yeah,
you got to sell into strength. Yeah.
Buy the dips.
To your followers.
Hey
but
guys,
Keith,
I have several $1 million. Could y'all please tell me how to make money
Keith-
easier?
No, I mean because
question is that
and I mean
you're
look,
fucking loaded.
there's gonna come a time when you're sitting where Zach's at.
No, it's a valid question.
There's gonna come a time when we're sitting,
Don't
like
tell
I'd like
us
to be
sit where
sitting where
Zach's
you're
at.
at, or I'd like to be sitting where PJ's at. But then again, what do you could have a $10-20 million portfolio, but if you're not putting it all to use, what's this? If you're
What's
only
the
going to use
point?
$2 million of that to trade, why don't you just keep $8 million in the bank? But my real
Oh.
question, the root of the question is, when you do get 10, 12, 20 million in a portfolio, how do you put those funds to work when you can't day trade?
That's why you got
large
to learn
caps.
how to trade everything. That's
Yeah,
why. That's
large
when,
caps.
With
You
that
can
big
market
account,
sell
that's why I
10
went to
million,
large
$10
cap.
million worth of shares, not move
Swing
Tesla.
Swing bigger positions,
Yeah.
fucking large caps.
Yeah, or if you really want
covered
to trade with $20 million,
calls.
trade Tesla and
No, but
AMD.
you gotta find your niche. You gotta find your way. You can't just be trading with $20 million because you have $20 million.
Right.
You gotta figure out how it will work for you, because or else you're gonna be like on too heavy and shit.
And also, if you got to, if your account size is where you're saying it is, and you got there by trading low float,
Small
just
caps,
just
60
keep
plus.
fucking doing that. Like,
Yeah.
the thing is, once you get to such a big number, like, it's not about like to me anyway, it's not about like the percentage gains.
It's-
of your,
it's
it's
not.
not. It's
I
just
don't
money
use
in the
everything
bank
in my
that's
account
not-
every day.
100 grand's 100 grand.
It's
Yeah.
just a Rolex every 5 minutes.
Yeah, he's right though. You can't because
Yeah.
when you have a small account, you can
your account,
Right.
you know, just by because you could go all in. You could do.
can't
You don't
do
do
that
that
with
when you get to a certain number, so the percentage stops mattering. And 100 grand's 100 grand. I don't care if you have 6 million or 20. It's all money that you can just take to the bank.
If I get to that, I'm retiring and I'll just invest.
Yeah, do that. Yeah,
And,
whatever.
and
you
to
want.
Tommy's point, if trading low floats got you to where you are and that works, that doesn't mean you go from 20 to 30 to 40,000 share sizes to 120 and 30 and 200,000 share sizes, especially because slippage will kill you.
Yeah.
Slippage will absolutely kill you.
Yeah, no shit.
You
move it
if
when
you
you
want
get
to
in, you move it
size
when you
up
get
a
out.
bit on these low floats that that have proven you well, they better be the high what Gary said, the high volume runners that you have at least liquidity to move out of them. If there's 40,000 share volume on the day of it, and you want 150,000 shares,
You'll move it too much getting in. You'll move it. You'll kill.
or
it
even if you scale in and you don't move it that much, you can't get out if you need to or want to. So it needs to be a high volume mover, and also don't scale up unnecessarily just because you can.
Right.
If 30,000 share size worked for you, keep working.
30,000.
Yeah, keep working because then you have other money to play with now.
20 grand.
And now you have other money to play with and
your
learn the
biggest
large cap
issue,
game.
if your biggest issue is that you only make 1% on 5 million every day, you're gonna be all right.
No, yeah, I feel that. I feel that.
If you're making 50 grand a day, you'll be all right.
Yeah.
I mean, you won't be that great.
You won't live in a car.
Yeah, you're not going to be living.
I
in your
would
car.
honestly, I would start learning more large caps. You know, they move totally
If you're
different.
making
So you can't buying the
swing
dip on a large
swing
cap
trade.
does not fucking work. It
If
keeps
you're
saying,
making
you know, and it will
50
and it
you
will
can
keep fucking tanking.
Yeah,
it will
right
keep
here.
going, right? So you're like, oh, I bought the dip, and it dips. You're like, oh, I'll just hold through this dip.
Which sounds
And it
crazy
just keeps
because like
going.
I've been watching these large caps and I feel like technically they move a whole lot more linear, a lot cleaner
For
than
sure.
like a small cap name does because a small cap name people just soak and soak and soak and then fucking dump. Right?
Yeah, large cap pretty much.
No, they obey the chart.
Yeah.
All right, we do have one more thing before we go. There's a very, very, very special birthday in here, Madre.
It's your mom's birthday?
Saturday.
Let's
Here
go,
in Egypt.
baby.
Come here. Come
You
on.
never close your eyes anymore.
It's your birthday. Go, shorty. It's your birthday. We gon' party like it's your birthday.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday, dear Henny's mom. Happy birthday to you.
Wait, what'd you get her?
Number.
Wait, Mitch,
What's your room number? What's your room number?
Wait, what did you get her for her birthday?
Dude, we were in fucking Egypt.
That's a vacation. What did you get your mother physically for her birthday? What gift did you get her?
She got
And
my
why
love.
doesn't my mic work?
Oh, it does.
This is unbelievable.
All right, and then the last thing, right in the middle here, Christian and Sean.
Yeah, thank you.
None of this would have ever happened without those two.
Thank you, Christian and John.
And they
You
made
seem like real nice
everything
people.
happen, guys. They made everything happen. Dan and I just showed up.
Yeah, literally.
I didn't have any idea what was going on until about 45 minutes ago. So thank you guys. And then also a huge thank you to Trent Spider funding the after party. And we have the lunch tomorrow. Let's get drunk.
Where's the after party?
No, I'm 6'4". You're
I'm
5'4". You're 5'10".
I want everyone to know in here that I'm 6'4", and I don't shave my arms.
Bye.